scoreboard. So there's 2 scores. Then there's another situation we got the ball back and throw an interception on the first play. So there's a lot of points we felt like we left out there. But nonetheless, I mean, at the end of the day, you're judged by the result. The result was a Haywood County win. We have a lot of new faces and a lot of important positions for us. And again, those guys are only going to continue to grow and get better as the season progresses. But definitely can't take anything away from Henry County. But very proud of how my guys persevered and were able to come out with that victory the other night.
Well, you know, first game of the year, a lot of teams are nervous. A lot of players, you know, are making their first start. So anything could happen on both sides of the ball, especially with both teams.
Yeah.
Henry County came down here. They brought themselves a good crowd. What mistakes that you saw our defense made they can't make during the year?
I thought we were a little slow on the trigger. We were kind of second-guessing ourselves. We weren't trusting our eyes. We would see it, and we would look just a second too long to make sure that's what we saw, and then we would attack it. We have a lot of speed and skill over there on that side of the ball. I also thought there were times throughout the game that our defensive line got a little lazy. They started standing up. Their pad level kind of went out the window a little bit. And that's just not the D-line. That's both sides of the ball, offensive and defensive lines. But the thing that bailed us out was our linebackers and our secondary being very fast to the ball. I mean, if those backs had a little window, it closed up quick. And we were getting there with a bad mentality. I like the physical nature we played with. But the mistakes that we made, everything that we did that was negative, is easily correctable going forward.
Oh, yes, and like you said, it's all about adjusting and adapting. And, of course, you guys, when it counted, your team stood up. That had to really make you proud, that last play of the game for Henry County. That had to make you proud.
Yeah, there's no doubt. This is a brand-new team, you know. This is a team different than any team we've had since we've been here. Any team I've had since I've been a head coach. Talent-wise, maybe the most talented team I've ever been a part of. And that says a lot because we've had a lot of talent in years past at my former school, but very young, very coachable young men, hard-working young men. I just can't say enough about how proud I was that they were able to persevere, even though Henry County wanted to come back. And Henry County, as we all know, is a championship-caliber team. We withstood their best effort, and we were to come out with the win, and we still felt like we left points out there on the field. And as we progress throughout the season, all these things are going to get worked out. But again, can't say enough about how proud I am of the guys. They did a great job.
Oh, yeah, because that's something you can build on, say, week 8 when things are going really tough against you. You can look back, hey, we stood up, we took everything that the top quality program in Henry County threw at us, beat on our defense for almost a whole quarter, and we still stood. We still stood. And it has to make you proud. And also the play of number 91, Jerwin Young, number 93, Brent Moore, number 94, Darian Bell. You got some hosses on that defensive line.
Those are the defensive line right there. And that's where it all starts. And before I even came here to Haywood County, Haywood has been known for outstanding linemen, in particular defensive linemen. And that tradition just continues with those guys. And they're all returning with the exception of Brent. Xavier King is another name I'd like to add to that. Those guys played outstanding football. We need some other guys to continue to grow as we go forward if we're really going to be the team we can be. We're not there yet. But in order to really be championship caliber team, we need to develop some more quality depth going forward.
Now we move on to the next one.
Yes,
one
sir.
down, 9 to go. When we come back, we're going to talk about this reservation. This is the not-so-friendly confine. Jackson Northside, they love beating up on some Tomcats.
Yes, sir.
But you know what? I think Coach Hookfin's got something for them. We'll see. Stay tuned. More with Coach Stephen Hookfin of the Tomcats here on the Sonic Tailgate Pregame Show. When was the last time you checked out the value menu at the Sonic Drive-In in Brownsville? It's fully loaded with burgers, cheeseburgers, chicken strip sandwiches, apple slices, cold drinks, and a lot more. And when it comes to value, there's nothing that can beat the 99-cent large drink special every day between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and half-price drinks between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. Did I mention half-price Sonic burgers on Tuesdays after 5 p.m.? The Sonic Drive-In in Brownsville, proud to support the Haywood Tomcats. Well, we are back, and, Coach, we now look to Jackson Northside. And we're going to spend the next 2 Fridays in Jackson.
Yeah.
This week is the Jackson Northside Indians, who got trounced by Germantown, so they're kind of mad. And they're looking to make, they want their first win, and they're going to be extra hungry.
Yeah.
What do you tell these guys?
Well, one thing I can know for almost with certainty is that they're going to come out and play an inspired brand of football. But we're going to have to make sure we do is match their intensity first and foremost. Kind of roles have reversed over the last couple years. I think previously Northside owned us, for lack of better words. They kept us out of the playoffs year in and year out. I believe my first year here, we went down there and they put a whooping on us pretty good. But now the roles are reversed a little bit. There's a lot of talk about the Tomcats coming to Jackson, and that's going to be a good game for that team to kind of rebound, get that bad taste out of their mouth that Germantown left, and they're going to compete at a high level with us. But nonetheless, we have to go out and get better this week, and if we do that, everything else will fall in place. I'm a firm believer in that.
And of course, we recorded this show on Wednesday, and Courtney Reed was on the front page of the Jackson Sun. You got to figure you're going to run into 8 men in the box.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and we have to make plays in the passing game. We have to stay on our blocks, but we have to do what brings us success, and that's running the ball and stopping the run at the end of the day. We will throw the ball, but we're committed to our running game. We may do some different things formation-wise to make it hard on them to put 8 or 9 men in the box, but nonetheless, it's going to be a great challenge for us going to Jackson, playing on the road, and what I believe is going to be a hostile environment.
Oh, it's going to be hostile.
Yeah.
But
I tell you what, too, I can't remember, and maybe someone that's been around longer than me can tell you this, but I don't know when's the last time Haywood won at the reservation. I think it's been some time.
Well, Robert Rooks usually listens to this show right before his broadcast, so maybe he'll tell us after in the next segment. But I don't remember a time we went to reservation and won. No. I really don't. I remember some hot games. I remember some cold games. I remember some long games. Mm-hmm. But I don't ever remember us going to the reservation and winning. Yeah. The green and white's never been good to us. Yeah. Never been good to us. But we're coming up. We got a big win. We got a running back that's in the Jackson Sun. He had over 140 yards last week. Now, what does Jackson Northside do that you see on film that you think we can stop? And
they're going to run the ball at us. They've got a very big offensive line. They're young. They have to replace a lot from last year. But again, as I stated with us, they're only going to get better. And playing Haywood, I just believe they're going to play us with much more passion and enthusiasm than they played Germantown. They're going to have a big crowd. There's going to be a lot of people from Jackson that not only want to see Northside, but want to see what this Haywood team is really about. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. But they have good coaches. They're really starting to settle in to what they're trying to do schematically on both sides of the ball, as well as special teams. They present a big challenge for us because we understand they have great athletes across the board. It's just a matter of them learning their schemes and really getting after people, and that may all start Friday night.
Now, do we have any injuries?
No, we don't have any injuries that are new from this season. We still have a couple guys that had knee injuries last year that are still going through rehab, that are playing a little bit, but that will their time will increase as we go forward throughout the season.
We've set the table for the Jackson Northside matchup. You say they're going to run the ball. We're going to stop the run. You say we're going to run the ball, but we're going to have to loosen them up with the pass a little bit.
Definitely.
Hey, who knows? They always say that the best laid plans usually go out the window with the very first hit.
Yeah.
So, when that whistle blows, usually it goes right out the window.
Yes, sir.
And it's all read and react. You ready for a big game?
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, every week we're going to have a big game. And that's the exciting thing about our schedule this year. We're going to be tested week in and week out. Hopefully we can pass those tests more so than we fail them. And at the end of the day, we hope it sharpens us up and has us laser focused when the playoffs arrive 10 weeks from now. But very excited, looking forward to the game against Northside. It's going to be good to play in Jackson. Not a very long trip, but a trip nonetheless, so it gets us prepared to travel and things of that nature. But excited for the guys and see how much they progress from last week to this week.
Speaking of last week, one last time, what'd you think of the crowd?
I really couldn't see it. One thing is our home crowd's to my back.
Right.
And I can only see a small section of their crowd. And you're so locked in sometimes as a coach and players, you don't really get to feel the crowd until after the game. By the time I address my team after the game and hug my wife and kids, everybody's dispersed. But according to my wife, my family, and some other people I talk to, outstanding crowd, outstanding football environment, and what a great game to start the season out with.
It was. It was a fantastic game. It really was. And the scoreboard, did you see it in all of its glory?
Outstanding. I mean, everything was top-notch. Again, you can just see how not our team, but our program is really growing and making strides in a positive direction where we can be a staple of West Tennessee football for a long time to come.
Well, you're nothing but an asset, Coach, and we really do appreciate you. And we will let you go. I know you're a busy man. We've got football to do next. Coming up, we are going with Robert Rooks and Greg Van Story here on the Sonic Tailgate pregame show. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Sonic, for your sweet tooth, try any of these sweet Sonic treats like the hot and crispy Cinna snacks. That's a delightful mix of hot and crispy on the outside and gooey cinnamon on the inside. And of course, you get cream cheese dressing for dipping. And try out their half-price milkshakes after 8 p.m. That's the Sonic Drive-In located in Brownsville, supporting our Haywood County Tomcats.
If it's Friday night, it must be Tomcats football. And tonight, in Madison County, at Thurman Reynolds Stadium in Jackson, at Northside, the reservation they call it, it's Haywood County High School traveling to Jackson Northside to play a 4A football game, non-region game, but both teams are 4A football and developed a little bit of a rivalry. We'll talk about that. Welcome aboard, Greg Van Story.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Good.
Well, how about let's talk a little bit about last week.
Great game. Good atmosphere.
No doubt about it. The Haywood High Tomcats and the Henry County Patriots. Greg, we saw a very exciting game, a little too close for some people's hearts, but a win nonetheless, and we'll take it. A 4A team defeating a 5A team.
Well, I told the people that you hear things and people comment all throughout the week. That was a good football team we played. They weren't going to allow us to do the things we scored early. They had a great defense. On offense, they run that clock down, perfect game plan. We did what we had to do. It's just two quality football teams.
Right. I noticed this week, Greg, in the polls that in 5A football, even though sporting an 0-1 record, Henry County's ranked number 10 in the state in the 5A rankings. Now, I'm not a big fan of some of these polls because today, if you count them up, there are 70 teams listed in the top 10 of the state because there's six different public school classifications and then one private school. They combine large and small, so there's 70 schools mentioned. And while I'm mentioning that, Haywood this week was ranked number 4 in the 4A brand of football. That's okay, but what it matters tonight is Haywood County needs to keep it going and play this football team, Northside and Haywood. They've really had a pretty evenly matched series, playing 30 times. These two teams, not a lot of history, but here lately have played, and Haywood has an 18-12 advantage in those 30 contests between the Tomcats and the Indians. We'll set the stage a little bit. What do you expect tonight, Greg? What does Haywood need? We got a little breeze, what about the weather, too? Perfect night for football.
Oh, yeah, it's a wonderful night for football. But what I expect, they're going to try to run the ball. We're going to try to run the ball. We're better. That doesn't mean we're going to win, but we're better. We got more seasoned players, veterans. We're stronger, which you got to play the game between the lines. But as they say, quote unquote, on paper, we should win the football game.
But you're right. But one thing you really said that means a lot. We've got to play and we got to pay attention. You know, you can read last week. Haywood won a very important game, 14-12. Jackson Northside last Friday night traveled to Germantown, played Germantown High School, and came away with a 48-0 loss. Germantown humiliated Northside. You can read a lot into that. Please don't. And I know Coach Hookfin, Steve Hookfin for Brownsville, knows every bit of that. We've got to have a good practice this week, which we did, and we got to show up tonight and play hard football, block, tackle, and hang on to the football, get us a lead, and win a ball game. But you don't win it on paper.
You got to perform, and indeed, I'm sure we will. By the way, we need to remind everybody, we're at USJ next week, same side of town, private school. You'll have to tell us as a historian. I don't remember ever playing a game at USJ. Maybe we have, maybe we hadn't, I'm not sure. But they got beat last week down at Michael Holden's place. They're playing Crockett County tonight, which is one of our future opponents. So all this ties together. And even though this is not a regional game, so to speak, they all count.
Yeah, I'm interested in that, Greg. Out of all the teams that we have as opponents coming up later in the year, I'm really interested, of course, number one, in this football game that Haywood plays tonight at Jackson Northside. but I really want to see the result and what happened in the Crockett County game tonight, hosting University School of Jackson. Both of our opponents, we also have to travel to Crockett County later in the year, and we have to travel, as Greg said, next week. I've never done a ball game at Kirkland Field. USJ and Brownsville have played. I'm not sure they've played at USJ. I'll do my homework and tell you next week. I hadn't prepped for that game yet. But USJ Brownsville next week in Jackson University School. And again, that is a non-region contest also. But Haywood needing to keep this momentum going. Haywood has got a strong team. But as Greg said, and I think we're healthy, but Coach Steve Hookfin and troops know that we've got to really cinch it up and play ball tonight. Sometimes it's you don't have trouble getting up for the big games. Sometimes you let things in any rank, be it college or pro or high school, you've got to play ball. And Coach Hookfin said the same thing. Northside doesn't have anything to lose. And all these teams, what do? They get up for Brownsville. They know Haywood County's got a good team. It's a feather in their cap anytime they can defeat the Tomcats. So I remember 2 years ago over here, Northside embarrassed Haywood.
And it happens. I mean, you got to play the game because they're all the same age. They're all high school athletes, and you just never really know. But generally, more times than not, talent's going to win out. But in football, as in any sport, like basketball, if you turn the ball over, you fumble the ball, you lay it on the ground, you throw interceptions, or you don't stop them from scoring in the red zone, the chances are you're going to get beat.
You double dribble, you walk, you step on the out-of-bounds line, you walk with the basketball, you don't do too well. You throw it to the other team, no, doesn't work. We'll be back. We've got more to give you background history between Northside and Haywood. First away game of the season, second game of the year. This is actually week 1. Both teams played in week 0 last week. Haywood defeating Henry County, very good, sound football team, well-coached football team, 14-12, Haywood victorious. And Northside losing at Germantown Red Devils last week by the score of 48-0. Haywood and Northside set to do battle. We're back after this commercial word.
Many people never think about how to choose a doctor until they need one in a hurry. Brownsville Family Medicine has doctors and nurse practitioners that provide you with lasting physician-patient relationships. Dr. Jack Pettigrew, Dr. Adam English, Dr. Jason Goolsby, and nurse practitioners Ray Wakefield and Andrea Hay will perform a comprehensive evaluation of your health and provide you with the treatment you need. Available Monday through Saturday and additional evening hours Monday through Thursday. Make Brownsville Family Medicine your hometown medical team. Located at 2290 North Washington, call 772-5183 or check them out on Facebook.
When was the last time you checked out the value menu at the Sonic Drive-In in Brownsville? It's fully loaded with burgers, cheeseburgers, chicken strip sandwiches, apple slices, cold drinks, and a lot more. And when it comes to value, there's nothing that can beat the 99-cent large drink special every day between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and half-price drinks between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. Did I mention half-price Sonic burgers on Tuesdays after 5 p.m.? The Sonic Drive-In in Brownsville, proud to support the Haywood Tomcats.
Back live at the reservation, Brownsville Radio 95.3. And if you hadn't figured it out yet, each and every Friday night at 6:30, Drew Magruder and Coach Steve Hookfin have a 10-minute banter back and forth, a little coaching show right on the air. Greg and I come on at 6:40 to do a live pregame set sponsored by Sonic Drive-In and set the stage, which we're in the middle of now, telling you a little bit about what to expect between the blue and gold and the purple and white. It is the Indians and the Tomcats set to do battle, and then 7 o'clock kickoff. But if you cannot find us on 95.3 FM, you can always dial it up on the internet, brownsvilleradio.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom, click on where you see the Tomcats, and they're dressed in their football uniforms, and you can pick up the game streamed live and hear it and see it as it develops. And hopefully each game progressing forward, you'll not only get to see it live, but these games should be archived. And I know last week the first game was not archived, but what that means is it's put aside and saved for you anytime you want to review the broadcast. that you can do so the remaining 9 games. Haywood is at Northside tonight. Next week we travel back to Jackson and play it at University School of Jackson. Northside, I'll tell you, began football in 1947. And Haywood and Northside have played 30 times. The very first time these two squads met was during the Don McCleary days, and that was back in 1965. Haywood defeated, and what an electrifying game it was, Haywood defeated Northside in 1965 by the score of 27-26. And I remember Winston Gaffring getting his eyeball scratched during the game, and he went to Dr. T.C. Chapman to have it analyzed and evaluated, and he actually put a, I hope you're sitting down, stitch in his eyes, what they said, and repaired it, and saying that he could have lost sight in the eye if we didn't have Dr. Chapman close by, and that's Crowder Chapman's father that did the work, healed him, and of course he's fine today. And but what a ball game that was in 1965. The last time these two teams met were last year, and Haywood was victorious in Brownsville by the score of 48-29. Coach Donnie Nickey is in his second year at Northside. But let's talk about last week. Henry County, Haywood defeated 14-12. And getting star billing in the Jackson Sun this week, they rank as one of the top performers in West Tennessee. Who was it? Well, a Haywood player, number 31, DeCourtney Reed. Greg, what about, of course, we've got great backs all the way around, but what about Reed, Walker, McRae? What about our backfield in Haywood County?
Well, you know, they're pretty good. They're fast, they're strong. I mean, they got a multiple of talents, and each one of them has their own skill set. They can be used in many different ways, and we're very fortunate to have them.
DeCourtney Reed rushed 13 times for 153 yards last week. So we've got more talent than that, but Reed is the banner carrier, I guess you could say, for our backfield. But we've got Shields is a great pass catcher. McRae can throw. And Xavier Walker's a good running back. So, you know, just ride what we got, and we've got a lot of talent. We're going to pause here as the national anthem's coming up, and we'll be back right after this.
Hello, this is Jody Lee. At Lee and Simmons Funeral Home, we don't claim to be locally owned. We are 100% locally owned and operated. Chris, Elliott, and I were all born here, went to school here, and still live here. Before there was Lee and Simmons Funeral Home, there was no choice. If you have any questions regarding your pre-arranging, transferring your existing pre-arranging plans, or any other questions, please call us at 772-8880.
I'm Ryan Robertson, manager at the Brownsville Walmart. When you shop at Walmart, expect the lowest possible price, and there is nowhere you'll find a bigger or fresher selection. And what's just as important is our friendly hometown service. I've moved my family to Brownsville. Just like you, we are a part of this community and very excited about it. We're excited about public schools here too, and that's why we support Tomcats sports. From your friends at Walmart, go Tomcats.
Brownsville Radio, your home for sports.
Back live at Jackson at Northside Stadium. Robert Rooks and Greg Van Story here along with Drew Magruder. And this reminds me, and I can't give you the year, Greg. There was a year back in the 60s, I think, Haywood traveled to Covington to play Byers Hall, and the game played and the national anthem was never played. And somebody asked afterwards, and they said, well, the band director was never given the nod. Oh, we're hearing the national anthem here. For a minute, we heard that there was not going to be a national anthem. And the public address announcer said, well, I thought the band was going to play it, and there is no band. Well, we got the national anthem playing in the background. Will relay here that the 4A polls this week listed 4 teams in West Tennessee. I always like to look at the West Tennesseans. In the 4A poll, Haywood held down the number 4 spot. Crockett County's number 6, which we see them in a few weeks. Hardin County is number 9 in the state. We don't play Hardin County regular season. And Dyersburg, also a Haywood opponent later in the year. Well, matter of fact, 3 weeks from tonight we play. But Dyersburg is number 10. So 4 teams in the 4A classification in the polls. Haywood number 4, Crockett number 6, Hardin County number 9, Dyersburg number 10.
Well, let me tell you about polls. You remember the little thing we could buy, you may still can, as young people, where you took the little stick out and you could blow bubbles through it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's kind of like polls. Those bubbles just kind of float up and
Right.
pop.
My granddaughter loves those bubble things. Yeah.
What's a poll got to do with how you play on the field? A poll
No
is
doubt.
just for fan and interest, and that's all it is. You got to play on the field.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Now, listening in the background now, you hear exactly what Florida State plays from the Florida State Seminoles. But I'm glad you brought that up about the polls, Greg. I looked at what was previously published in the paper, and this is by the Associated Press. They do, as I mentioned there, 7 different polls, 10 in each poll, 70 teams. All right, there are 10 AP people from these different, all of them except one are newspapers. There are only 4 in West Tennessee that do the voting. So there are only 10 votes. And some of these people in East Tennessee, they don't know where Haywood County is. And so you're exactly, it's like a bubble. But here are the towns that represent some of the votes. Dyersburg, and they have the State Gazette, they have a vote. The Jackson Sun has a vote. Union City has 2. Union City newspaper, the Messenger, has a vote. And a radio station in Martin has a vote. They're the only 4 teams in West Tennessee. 2 in Union City, 1 in Jackson, and 1 in Dyersburg. The commercial appeal's not even listed. I cannot imagine a radio station or newspaper in the city of Memphis, largest town in the state, and they don't even vote in this AP poll. So what Greg said, you're always right anyway, but blowing bubbles is about like a poll.
Well, you're voting. You're casting votes for teams you don't see. You haven't seen, nor are you going to see. And I can assure you, some of these people that are voting are going to vote for their schools. Dyersburg folks are going to vote for Dyersburg.
Sure.
Union City folks are going to vote for Union City. And Martin folks, I can assure you're going to vote for Martin, and they haven't been good in the past few years. So
How about this? Here's one town, in Mountain City, and they didn't list it's the Tomahawk. The Tomahawk newspaper in Mountain City, Tennessee. Well, let me tell you something. Mountain City, Tennessee can't find Brownsville. They've never seen a Tomcat. And anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out. In the 6A polls, the only West Tennessee team mentioned is Whitehaven. They're in the 6A classification. They came in at number 7. The only team mentioned in 5A is Henry County, holding down the number 10 spot. In the 3A poll, Milan is number 3, Bolivar is number 4, Raleigh, Egypt is number 6. The co-captains are on the field at midfield, determining the coin toss, and this could be important. We'll bring it to you as it unfolds. The 2A squads, Adamsville is listed number 3. Union City, as Greg said, they're voted. They're tied for number 5. Trenton Peabody's number 9, Tresvant number 10. Here we go. All right, Haywood won the toss, and like last week, will receive the football. That's a good omen, Greg. Last week, Haywood won the toss, got the football, scored, and I loved it. Put the first points ever on our beautiful, brand new, thanks to Greg Van Story and Betsy Reed and all the work that was done, and the 77 volunteers, Haywood put the first points on the board last week in Brownsville. How about that?
that was a good thing. It was a big win. Now tonight we need to come out, get us another win, and we're going to come back to Jackson next week at USJ and get another win.
Hey, that's exactly right. Haywood will receive the football, and to start this contest, Jackson Northside and Brownsville, the 1A teams listed in West Tennessee, Dresden holds down the number 1 spot. And these are based on enrollments, the 1A schools. Huntington is number 4 in 1A. Lake County is number 10. In the private school bracket, and they throw all of them together, whatever size they are, they put them in one poll together. Baylor, Chattanooga Baylor, and I always look at what they do because my good friend and former coach Phil Massey is the coach at Baylor. They hold down the number 3 spot. MUS, a future Haywood opponent, holds down the number 6 spot. But I thought that was interesting. Only 10 people voted on all these 70 teams, and like Greg said, it doesn't mean a lot. We get a little votes, and all it is for some of the fans to talk about it. I'm a little bit interested tonight. I've always known Northside to be blue and gold, and tonight they have solid black uniforms with, I guess, their dark blue numbers trimmed in gold on the uniforms, but really they just look, the uniform is black helmets, black tops, black bottoms, and Haywood in all white with purple helmets with their purple numerals, and the Tomcats look sharp tonight. Both teams have warmed up, and we're just moments away from kickoff here at Northside Stadium, Thurman Reynolds Stadium to be exact, as the Tomcats will try to win the 19th ever game between these two squads. Non-region contest. And we've got other games we play at USJ next week, and then we return to Brownsville now in 2 weeks. Memphis Briarcrest comes to town. Haywood will defend the north end of the field. There's a little breeze, and it'll be at their back slightly over their left shoulder. Haywood will go from left to right, receiving the football first. They're already in the offensive lineup, kick receiving team. Northside is yet to take the field, getting last-minute instructions from their head coach. Both 4A teams, Haywood 1-0, Northside 0-1.
And number 18, Phil Pearson.
And thanks to Sonic for bringing you the pregame show each and every week. Stop in at 414 East Main and thank them at the Sonic. Get you a milkshake, a slushie, any kind of hamburgers, and they got breakfast all day long. Get you a breakfast burrito down at the Sonic. Here we go, kicker from right to left. It is an end-over-end kick, not extremely deep, fielded at the 20-yard line. Here come the Tomcats, 25, 30, 35, 40. He's down at midfield, still on his feet, run out of bounds in Indian territory. Nice return there by number 10, and that is Shields for Haywood, and that is Taylor Shields. Good play there, Greg. Good run, but I guess good blocking too.
Good blocking right on the Tomcat sideline. He got 3 or 4 blocks. It was a foot race there.
Haywood has great field position to start this game, and just like last week, it could be a positive thing receiving the football first. Haywood has it at the 35-yard line of Northside, going from left to right. Wide side is the right side, and that's where you'll find the slot. Tillman McCray hands the football, fakes it, throws the football to a wide open tight end, and I believe that is for Haywood, number 93, Greg, and that is Brent Moore. That's what I thought, tight end. We haven't seen that. Greg has been preaching throw to the tight end, and that is a great play inside the 20 mark at the 19-yard line. Greg, talk about our tight end.
Well, he's a big young man, plays defense and offense. They use him for blocking. He's a senior. Him and Tillman are real close friends. So you know they got good chemistry together, and they're going to use him more and more and more from what we understand.
Well, I would have thought we'd have handed right up the middle to our go-to running back, but McCray pulled it out and threw it. This time we will run up the middle, and that is Reed. Very short gain, a couple of yards there on first down, and that is a Cowett, Reese, and Sargent first down for Haywood. Now brings up second down and gain of only 1 down at the 18-yard line of Northside. Ball in the middle of the field at the 18-yard line of the Indians. Haywood going from left to right. Third play of the ball game, no score. Haywood visiting Jackson Northside, and Tillman McCray, the senior quarterback, has Reed off his left shoulder, has the football, hands it to Reed up the middle, dodges left. He's down to the 10-yard line. He's at the 5, and give him 6, touchdown. Haywood took 3 plays, a pass, and 2 runs, and just like last week, DeCourtney Reed scores, and Haywood leads 6-0 with 10:41. And again, looking at the clock, Northside needs a new scoreboard too. I can hardly read the 4, but 10:41 to play in the opening quarter. Haywood has taken a 6-0 lead. PAT coming up by Sanchez. McCray the holder, good snap, Good hold, great kick right down the chute, and Haywood, your Haywood our Tomcats lead with 10:41 to play in the opening quarter. It's Haywood 7, Northside 0 back after this.
Whether it's in the heat of the preseason or the heart of the postseason, teams offer a little boost from playing at home. Speaking of a boost at home, State Farm can boost your savings when you combine your homeowner's insurance with your auto coverage. So score one for the home team. Talk to me, Jim McAdams, your State Farm agent, about big league savings for combining home and car coverage. Call me at 772-6000. I'm right across from City Hall at 100 North Washington.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At H&R AgriPower here in Brownsville, we know that maintaining your equipment's health keeps it running at peak performance. That's why we carry genuine Case IH lubricants, filters, and batteries for your total maintenance solutions. Achieve longer service intervals and higher performance with OEM lubricants. Maximize your machine's efficiency with Case IH-approved filters and depend on quick starting batteries designed to handle extreme vibrations and temperatures. Visit H&R AgriPower today and purchase genuine Case IH lubricants, filters, and batteries to get the most out of your investment.
2 weeks in a row, Haywood received the opening kickoff. 2 weeks in a row, Haywood took it the distance. This time, short of field, just 35 yards needed for the touchdown. Haywood threw a pass, 2 runs. Reed took it in for Haywood. to Courtney Reed, player of the week last week, not only in Haywood, but also in the Jackson Sun. And here's the kick by Sanchez, a nice deep kick, rolls inside the 5 and goes in the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Great kick there by Sanchez for Haywood. And let's see, Sanchez is Joseph Sanchez. Kicked last year, had a little injury, but came back, and he's our go-to guy this year, and he's the kicker. Haywood leading 7-0 and giving the ball now on a touchback. Northside has it at their own 20-yard line, going from right to left. A little bit of a breeze into the Northside face, as they will go from right to left into this northeast breeze. Indians now trailing 7-0, 10:41 to play in this opening quarter here in Jackson. From the shotgun, quarterback mishandles the football and has to scramble, but makes a little positive yardage. Turning to his right, the ball carrier was waiting on the ball to his left, but just ad-libbing there, gained 3 yards. It'll bring up second down for the Indians. Second down and 7. Quarterback gaining it all on his own, and that is Evan Johnson, the QB for the Indians. 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Line now comes to the line of scrimmage as Northside 0-1 this year, trying to get an answer from the Haywood touchdown. Haywood leading 7-0. The southpaw does throw the football. He has an open man. He catches it, and it is short of the first down. Gain of some 3 will bring up third and short, some 3 or 4 yards for the Indians.
Russ Cates, who was a starter the last 3 years on the line, he is going to school at Knoxville, at UT. He's in his dorm room watching the game.
That's what I'm talking about. BrownsvilleRadio.com. Dial us up. As Greg would like to say, anywhere in the world. And that, you know what that includes? Knoxville. We've had them from Wyoming to Knoxville. Hello to Jim McCarley and all the gang listening. Haywood now trying to stop defensively. This is a sweep to the left. No gain there. Big loss. Starting at the 27, thrown back all the way to where they mark it, the 20. So after 3 plays, Northside goes right back to where this drive started at the 20-yard line, just trying to run the quarterback on a sweep left. Didn't go anywhere. And now Northside, the punter, Cavis Grider, will try to punt the football. Hello to all of our listeners. We've got Bo Gillespie, always listens, with Marion Thomas, Jerry Ward, Morris Long, and Brett Stutz. Here's the punt. Haywood leading 7-0, looking for the ball for the second time tonight. The kicker gets it away as across. Well, it is down to midfield. Rolls, gets a nice Northside roll to the 41. Had about a 10-yard roll added to the Northside punt, so it ended up okay. Kicking from the 20-yard line, the line of scrimmage, ended up at the Haywood 41. Haywood will take over at their own 41-yard line, leading in this game 7-0. Haywood has had it once, scored. Northside has had it once, 3 plays, down and out, had to punt the football, and now Haywood will take over. And that was a 30 9-yard kick, pretty good kick. Most of that, well, at least 10 yards of it were on the roll, on the ground. McCray in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Snap, quarterback faking, throwing down the middle of the field. He's got a receiver over the outstretched hands of number 13. Just a shade overthrown, Greg, I think.
Alex Taylor, and he threw it too far.
Yeah, just about a foot longer. He was open. Alex Taylor streaking down at the 20-yard line. McCray just overshot him a little bit, but we're trying to at least keep these defensive honest. We know we can run the football, and last week only had 3 completions last week against Henry County. Brings up 2nd and 10. Incomplete pass there on first down. Brings up 2nd and 10, Haywood. 8:25 remaining in the opening quarter. Haywood 7, Northside 0. Ball goes to the ground. Well, there's a flag on the play. This play will come back. Hello to Richard Jameson, and a special hello to Bootsy Van Story. Talked to Greg today, and we wish you the best. And of course, she's not home yet. Well, coming home tomorrow, maybe, Greg?
Next Wednesday.
Excuse me, that's right, next Wednesday. Dorothy Gray, Francis Bird, and Ray Jones, Al McRae. Al, you're probably here at the ball game. 8:23 to play. That ball didn't get untracked, losing 5 on a procedure call. Now to bring up 2nd down and 15 for Haywood. Play this time is given to DeCourtney Reed. He's to the 45, all the way down to the right at the first down marker. Nice run there. Needing 15, gained most of that. Could be, Greg, about a yard. Yep, about a yard shy.
It is exactly 1 yard.
Okay. Just waiting for confirmation there from my eyeball expert here. Under 8 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. First quarter of play in Jackson. Haywood County leading 7-0 over Jackson Northside. Shotgun play. This time fake. And McCray will carry it himself, needing 1, gaining, flag on the play. Gaining a nice 12 yards on the 3rd down carry. There is a flag, and we'll unstack it and see. It's in the middle of where blocking could be, and that is a hold call. It's against Haywood, and that'll back it up. 2nd penalty of the night, both on this drive, both against Haywood. And we were looking for a Cowart, Reese, and Sargent first down. And it was, except we were guilty of an infraction, and they'll bring it back. 7:29 clock remaining. This will bring, instead of 3rd and short, now it's 3rd and 11 for the Tomcats. Haywood 7, Northside 0. Tomcats need, having a little boo-boo here by way of penalty, need to move the football 11 yards, really to the 49-yard line of Northside. Haywood puts 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. McCray wanting to throw, looking left, pressured, moving toward the line of scrimmage, will turn it up and run it, and he has a first down. Hit out of bounds, and is there a flag? I don't see one, and I think a flag could have been thrown. Greg, you have a comment on that?
Should have been a flag.
I saw the official reach to his pocket, and he didn't come out with the yellow handkerchief. But Haywood gains a nice run there by Tillman McCray, the senior quarterback, wanting to throw, pressured, had to turn it up, wanting to throw left, it decided to run right, gained to the 38-yard line, and that is a Cowart, Reese, and Sargent first down. Clock really did not move. I see 7:28 remaining in the first quarter. Haywood leading 7-0, 1st and 10. Quarterback fakes and throws to the tight end to the left. That is Brent Moore. He has a first down and more, and there's a flag on the play. A nice first down catch and run, and somewhere around the 10-yard line there is a flag. We'll unstack it and see. It was a Cowart, Reese, and Sargent first down momentarily. Did the Tomcats block in the back? It is holding. It is against Haywood again. Nice play that will be negated now. I guess you bring all this play back, but it was after the catch, so.
Well, it's always been our downfall. I mean, for the last 3 years, we get penalties on top of penalties on top of it. And I don't care how good you are or how good you think you are. You do penalties, you're in trouble when you play against quality teams.
7 minutes, 18 seconds to play. They only mark it back from the spot of the infraction. Haywood did get a Cowett Reese and Sargent first down. And at the 20-yard line, Haywood is moving the chains. Starting at their own 41, Haywood now has the lead 7-0 and a new set of downs. At the 20, going from left to right, at the north side 20, wide side, right side, McCray, quarterback, turns. Does he give two? This time Xavier Walker skirting left, gaining 1 or 2. That's all. Not much running room as he was going to the near side, to the short side, at only gaining 2 yards. 7:01, 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. At north side, Thurman Reynolds Stadium. Thurman Reynolds, former coach here for the Northside Indians. Haywood 1-0, trying to add to their win total and trying to keep Northside winless, 0-1, having been defeated last week at Germantown. Slot right formation, early movement there. Haywood jumps, and that'll bring it back. 2nd and 8. Well, now 2nd and 13. Once again, flags have plagued this drive, Greg.
Sharon Hines, 71, he decided to go when nobody else was going.
What'd you say, win early?
And we have a time on the field, charge to Haywood.
Coach Steve Hookfin said, guys, I need to get your attention. So he called him to the sideline, called a timeout first. 6:55 remaining in the first quarter of action here. Northside and Haywood. The Tomcats lead 7-0. We're back after this.
Do you hear that? That's the sound termites make when they eat your house. Hi, this is Jake Barr, termite manager at Pratt Termite. Your house is probably the biggest investment you will ever make. Don't let termites eat your investment. For over 40 years, Pratt Termite has been protecting Brownsville and Haywood County. Call us today at 772-5666 or visit our office at 245 Whitten Avenue and have one of our certified technicians set up an appointment to protect your property. Thank you for allowing us to serve you.
Had your eye on that perfect home but just not sure you can afford it? We can help make your dreams come true with a home loan that may be cheaper than your rent. You may qualify with no money down. If your goal is to be a homeowner, Supreme Lending will lead you in the right direction. It all starts by talking to me, Tammy Barr, or my assistant, Marion Jones, at Supreme Lending, located on the Brownsville Court Square, or give us a call at 326-1062. Then we'll all be winners. Now that's something to cheer about. Go Tigers!
Subject to credit approval, equal housing lender, NMLS number 457960.
Tomcats on 95.
Haywood just handed the ball off. McCray handing off on a 2nd down and 13 call. Who do you give it to? Well, the same guy that scored the first touchdown. DeCourtney Reed scampered all the way down. Nice blocking, but extremely fine running. And Reed takes it in for touchdown, and the Tomcats lead just like that, 13-0. 6:43 to play in the opening quarter, and the Tomcats lead. PAT by Sanchez coming up. Thank you to Sue Keithley and Jerry Simmons, Ernest Liggins. Here's the PAT. It's up, and it is good. Haywood now leads 14-0. Jack Williams, Grover Westover, Eleanor Rooks, Alan Curry, Mary Louise Gillespie, and Harvey Livingston, former Tomcat, listening tonight. On a perfect football night, nice breeze out of the north, the Tomcats have scored just like last week, but we need to add to it. Haywood has had the football twice, scored twice, and with 6:43 to play in the first quarter. Brownsville, Haywood County, 14, Northside 0. Back after this.
When farmers need to talk business goals, Delta Insurance is uniquely qualified to listen. Call Linda Freeman at 772-1950. She'll assist you in developing a comprehensive risk management package for your entire farming operation. You'll get crop insurance service from an agent that will help you protect what matters the most. Delta Insurance, Linda Freeman, is a licensed agency for Arkansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Tennessee.
For over 32 years, I have been taking care of your automobile repair needs. So when you need your car serviced, where will you go?
Peace Auto.
You need an alignment?
Peace Auto.
You need your brakes repaired.
Peace Auto.
You need tires.
Peace Auto.
You need a battery.
Peace Auto.
Car running bad.
Peace Auto.
For all your automobile needs, it's
Peace Auto.
Call 772-9719 or swing by the corner of Highway 54 and North Washington today.
Haywood kicks off. Northside returns the football out to the 32. Nice return there. With 6:26 remaining in the first quarter, Haywood has a nice 14-0 lead over the Indians. Haywood has had the football twice and put 14 points on the board. Northside has run 3 plays and punted. Now the Indians have it going from right to left. Ball in the middle of the field. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, out of the shotgun. Trailing 14-0. The southpaw rolls to his right, trying to turn it up. There is a flag on this play that gains about 2 or 3 yards, but in the backfield there's a flag. And courtesy of Food Giant, we want to relay to you, where are they now? I pick out a former Tomcat or cheerleader, give you a little information and see if you can identify, and if you cannot, then I'll eventually reveal the name and where they are. But the fella I want to mention tonight played in 1957, 1958, and 1959. There's a flag against Northside. We'll back it up inside the 15. Greg, let's see where they mark at the 12. So Northside will start at their 12. This ball player played those 3 years in the backfield. And I will say also that in 1958, the youngster I want to mention that played 57, 58, 59. In 1958 as a junior, the player I want to mention was a co-captain. Timeout on the field, Haywood 14, Northside 0, back after these commercial words.
You've heard him say it. I'm picky about quality, and I can guarantee it's a fact. Hello, everybody. Bill Dance for Charlie Tripp and Tripp Country Ham in Brownsville, Tennessee. When I go to the grocery store, I specifically ask for Tripp Country Ham and Tripp Country Bacon. Do you know why? Because it's absolutely the best money can buy. So ask your grocer for Tripp Country Ham. Take it from me, Bill Dance. Charlie is picky about quality.
If you're not happy with the pharmacy you are currently using, then why are you still using them? Alan Primrose at Main Street Pharmacy and his dedicated team of pharmacy technicians have years of experience dealing with Medicare and insurance companies. They know what Medicare will and will not cover, and they'll work with your doctors on dosing and refill issues too. Alan Primrose at Main Street Pharmacy, all the pharmacy you'll ever need. Open Monday through Friday from 8 until 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 until 1. And for your convenience, ask about their delivery service. Call 585-0500.
Go Tomcats!
Don't forget about the
Northside back on the field after getting instructions. Haywood does lead 14-0, 6:13 to play in the opening quarter. Quarterback takes it left and runs the football, hit hard, 1 yard shy of the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1, and Greg, Haywood is playing defensively like we thought they could.
They are. Quay Jones is listening tonight from Austin P. He last year played. Also, Lee Berry's having a little get-together, and the biggest Tomcat fan in the land, Nick and Rich Nichols, are watching, and Rich is fired up.
What do you mean a little? They need to have a big get-together. I don't want a little get-together.
Okay, we're going to change that.
Well,
We're having
everybody,
a big get-together.
I'll give you the address in a minute. We'll tell you where to go. 5:34 to play in the opening quarter. Northside trying in the middle of the field and hit hard again, gaining 1 or 2 yards. Tomcat D is there. Haywood Tomcat defense. Hello out there to Robert Haynes, Dean Pettigrew, Michael Edwards, Melvin Bond, and Tommy Castellaw. How about these Tomcats leading 14-0, 5-10, 5-9, 5-8 to play in the first quarter. Haywood has commanded offensively pretty well, overcoming penalties to score twice, 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points by Sanchez, and the defense is showing out so far, giving Northside a goose egg. Long pass down the middle of the field, well defended, dropped there. Really the closest man to the football was Haywood, goes through the hands of Haywood's number 11, and that is Jacoby Swift, goes incomplete, And now that'll bring up a 4th down and a punting situation for the second time tonight, and that'll be Northside. Haywood leading 14-0. How about the player that played 1957, 8, and 9? He was a co-captain in 1958. I will tell you that he was a co-captain with, well, I won't tell you with who yet. This player won the Masonic Award in 1959. How about that? The punter standing back at his 2-yard line, the north side punter does get away. An excellent kick, turned over, fielded by Shields. Haywood at the 40. He's at midfield, the 45, and down, and there are multiple flags at the 40-yard line, and Haywood already has had 3 or 4 penalties. Greg, I'm not sure, but I think this is once again on Haywood. I don't know.
Art Garrett's listening tonight along with Miss Tony Eubanks.
Well, Haywood seems to think it's against them. They're retreating somewhere around the 40-yard line of Northside. There were flags, not just 1, but 2. And the officials tell us it is holding. And for the umpteenth time tonight, Haywood has got to keep from doing that. The Tomcat lead is 14-0, but we've overcome penalties in the process. Moving all the way back, the ball is spotted in Haywood territory at the, we'll see where they quit marching. This will be the poorest start for Haywood in the game tonight, and this is what we call a perfect football night. If you're in the stands tonight, a long sleeve or short sleeve would do you perfectly. A little light breeze, and what a perfect night. And for August 25th, that is unbelievable.
Cindy and Steve Smith knows who your player is.
From the shotgun, quarterback throws down the line of scrimmage. He's got a pass catcher that catches it and gets a first down and more, and that is Shields, needing 10 on first down, gained about 23. And we'll reveal more before we reveal the name of the player, but Haywood gains a Cowart, Reese, and Sargent for first down at the 39-yard line of Northside. In 1957, this player wore number 10. His junior year, this player wore number 17. As a senior, this man in the backfield wore number 18. I'll relay a little bit more about that. How about changing numbers 3 times in his high school career? McRae has the football, throwing right. He's got Walker to the 35, the 30, down at the 25-yard line, and that is another Cowart, Reese, and Sargent first down. More importantly, I do not see a flag. Sometimes I get a little confused. Northside's number 78 has yellow shoes, and you got to make sure you're not looking at him versus the flag.
Jody Lee and his family's listening tonight.
3:56 to play, and we're still in the first quarter. Haywood 14 and driving. 14-0 over the Indians. Haywood has it first and 10 at the 25-yard line of Northside. Wide side, the left side. Walker's in the slot to the left. McRae has it. Looking left, waiting, trying to roll. He's got pressure, and it's down. Thrown for a 8-yard loss. Had a little time, but as he waited longer, the defense caved in on McRae, and he couldn't get away. Loss on the play will bring up 2nd and 18 for Haywood at the 33-yard line of Northside. First down marker is the 15-yard line of Northside. Haywood will come to the line, ball on the right hash mark, going from north to south, going from left to right. Haywood 14, Northside 0. Third time Haywood has seen the football tonight. Same formation, slot left. Quarterback fakes, rolls to his left, turns it up, is pressured and taken down, finally, back at line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd and long for Haywood. That play never got untracked, and it's really hard for a right-handed quarterback to roll to his left, but he didn't have any time to throw. McRae was pressured, never had an opportunity to throw the football, and it seems like, Greg, tonight Haywood wants to be as much air happy as they are ground happy.
They just want to be happy.
As Cy on Duck Dynasty says, happy, happy.
At the 32-yard
2:11, 2:10 remaining first quarter. Haywood 14, Northside 0. 3 receivers right. Quarterback hands the football up the middle. It is to Courtney Reed. He's taken down. I thought for a moment he had running room. Stopped shy of the first down. It'll bring up 4th and 2. You make the call. Haywood at the 17-yard line, 17.5-yard line, needing 2.5, maybe 3 yards for a first down. 4th and 3. What do you do, Greg?
You need to get 4 yards quick.
Okay. Throw or pass. Haywood's in the shotgun. 3 receivers right. DeCourtney Reed stands beside McRae, needing 3 yards. The give is to, no, fakes to Reed. McRae has it and goes in for a first down. Inside the 15, that is Tillman McRae, the senior quarterback, dives forward, needing 3 gains. As Greg said, you need 4. We got 4. We got it quickly. That is a Cowart, Reese, and Sargent first down. And we've already had Flex Fitness touchdowns. Yes, sir. Flex Fitness touchdown 1 and Flex Fitness touchdown 2. We're trying to get Flex Fitness touchdown 3 right here. From the 14-yard line of Northside, Haywood 1st and 10. McRae has it. Will hand it off to Walker, streaking left. He's 10-5 in the end zone. Touchdown. That is a Flex Fitness touchdown, courtesy of Q and the gang at Flex Fitness. Haywood now 20, Northside 0. DeCourtney Reed has had 2 touchdowns. Walker, it was student body left. Nice escort, never touched. Walker goes in, and as we knew we could do, Haywood is doing just that. 20-0. We're still in the first quarter of play in Northside. PAT upcoming. Sanchez has a good-looking leg and a good-looking kick. And Haywood leads just like that, 21-0. Brownsville 21, Jackson Northside 0. Back after these commercial words.
Trip back to the good old days grocery when you shop Brownsville's Food Giant this week. Boneless Black Canyon Angus beef chuck roast, $2.95 a pound. John Morrell meat wieners, 12-ounce pack, $1.19. Williams pork sausage, a pound roll, $2.68 each. Select varieties, Gatorade, 32-ounce bottles, 87 cents a piece. And remember, every single day you get Food Giant's famous fried chicken, 8-piece dark, just $3.99. 8-piece mix, just $5.49. Food Giant, they treat you like family. Take your groceries to your car.
When you're looking for fast in-field service for your farm tires this fall, phone Firestone first. Your friendly certified Firestone Farm Tire dealer can get your flat fixed in a flash to get your field work finished. In fact, along with friendly farm service, you'll find famous Firestone tires rated first for productivity. This fall, for fast in-field service for your flat farm tires, phone Firestone first. Firestone, the leader in the field.
Best One Tire, Jackson or Brownsville, 660-4072 or 772-1504.
Sanchez boots the ball end over end, bounces down at the 16, fumbled and pounced on at the 19. Not any running there, no return really, just a bobble ball, fell on it, and Northside starts deep in the end of the field at the 19-yard line. We do want to thank all of our sponsors tonight: Sonic Drive-In, Cowart, Reese and Sargent, Food Giant, Lee and Simmons Funeral Home, Walmart, Jim McAdams State Farm, H&R AgriPower, Flex Fitness Center, Peace Auto Center.
Hatcher Chevrolet, Main Street Pharmacy, Pratt Termite Pest Control, Trip Country Ham, Brownsville Family Medicine, Delta Crop Insurance, Best One Tire, and Supreme Lending.
No doubt about it. They're the gang. Go see them and thank them every Friday night. 6:30 airtime, 7 o'clock kickoff. 44 seconds to play in the first quarter. Handoff, and the Tomcats swarm defensively, and a loss on the play, trying the left side. No go there, in the Haywood defense, just like last week, is playing inspired football. Haywood 21, Northside 0. Final seconds, inside of 25 seconds to play in the first quarter. Haywood leading, and that's pretty impressive. Haywood has had the football 3 times, and overcoming penalties alone, Haywood has scored every time they've had the football, Flex Fitness touchdowns, and extra points. Northside, 2nd and 12. Quarterback looking to throw, stoppage of play, their flags. All right, we told you this player in 1959 won the Masonic Award This player was in the backfield for 3 years, graduating in 1960. He was a co-captain in 1958 along with Larry Banks. I will say that in 1957, this sophomore had to come in and save the Big Ten championship as David Evans, the starting quarterback, got knocked out in the second quarter. And this sophomore had to come in and I say preserve the win. He won't take any credit today, but he did a good job at quarterback. And if you went to the Brownsville swimming pool in 1958 and looked up in the lifeguard stand, you would see this guy sporting a mohawk haircut. I'm going to tell you who it is and where he is, and this is compliments of Food Giant. And where is Food Giant? It's on the west side of town, 352 West Main to be exact. And go thank Mike Laux and the crew. Where are they now? Food Giant. We'll come back. The score after 1 quarter of play. Haywood 21, Northside 0. Back after this.
Donnie Hatcher of Brownsville, Tennessee knows his prices can't be beat. So Donnie says, look where you want to look, go where you want to go, but you'll always find the lowest prices and the best deals at Donnie Hatcher Chevrolet, located in Brownsville, Tennessee on the Dupree Bypass. Check out the best selection of new and used automobiles in West Tennessee at DonnieHatcher.com. Remember, GM makes the cars, but Donnie Hatcher makes the difference with the best customer service in West Tennessee. That's Donnie Hatcher Chevrolet, located in Brownsville, Tennessee. Flex Fitness, located on the square right here in Brownsville, your complete fitness center. No matter what time of day or night, Flex is open to your schedule, offering 24-hour days, 7-day-a-week access. So anytime's a good time to work on your weight training, your cardio training, even your tan. Memberships start out at $29.95. Check out their website, flexfitnesstn.com, and sign up for their free 7-day pass, or call 734-1021, or better yet, stop by. They're located at 5 North Court on the square. That's Flex Fitness.
For complete coverage of tonight's football game, buy a Brownsville Press newspaper on stands this Wednesday.
Sonic for your sweet tooth. Try any of these sweet Sonic treats, like the hot and crispy Cinna Snacks. That's a delightful mix of hot and crispy on the outside and good cinnamon on the inside. And of course, you get cream cheese dressing for dipping. And try out their half-price milkshakes after 8 p.m. That's the Sonic Drive-In, located in Brownsville, supporting our Haywood County Tomcats.
Northside has the football,
Many
now
people never
facing
think
a
about how
third
to
and
choose a
long
doctor
after 2
until they
plays
need
went
one in a
nowhere.
hurry. Brownsville Family
Deep in
Medicine,
there
your
into the
hometown
field.
medical team, has
Let's see,
doctors
they're
and nurse
inside
practitioners
the
that
20,
provide
marking
you with
17-yard
lasting
line. Hello to
physician-patient
Aubrey Williams,
relationships.
Carolyn
Dr. Jack
Rogers,
Pettigrew,
Martha
Dr. Adam
Hooper,
English, Dr.
and Bill
Jason
Curry.
Goolsby, and nurse
Haywood
practitioners Ray
leading in the game
Wakefield and Andrea
21-0
Hayes want to build
just
a
to
healthy
start
relationship with
the
all their
second
patients,
quarter here.
including
Northside has run 2
pediatric
plays
and
and now
adult
face
medicine.
3rd
Available
and
Monday
long.
through Saturday with additional
3rd
evening
and
hours
some 20
Monday
to
through
go.
Thursday.
Northside
Located
back
at
in his end
2290
zone
North
trying to throw the
Washington. Call
football
772-5183
over everyone's head
or
incomplete.
check them out
And that'll
on
bring up
Facebook.
4th inning. Greg, what a dangerous situation this is. Northside, the punter will have to stand in his end zone to punt out. As Cavis Grider, and he had a beautiful punt moments ago, but this time a little more pressure, and I never would want to punt from my own end zone. The line of scrimmage is somewhere around the 17, but the punter is standing back just 3 yards away from the back end of the end zone. Kicking with a slight breeze from left to right, Northside trails Haywood 21-0. 4th and 20 is the call. Punting situation, absolutely. Nice snap. He does get the kick away. It's not a great kick. Does it get a roll for Northside? Not really. Just bounces up and down about the 46, 47-yard line of Northside. Haywood will have it on Northside's end of the field. And Tomcats already lead here 21-0. I will also mention that Where Are They Now by Food Giant. I will tell you that this one player lost his left eye when he was 6 years old in an accident, played all kind of sports. He was on the Haywood High basketball team and was quarterback on the football team, and had only one eye but did a marvelous job, and he actually was my freshman football coach. Here we go. Tillman McRae and company going from right to left at the north side 47, throwing the football that is almost intercepted. Not a good throw there by McRae. Luckily, it was dropped and could have been 6 points for Northside, but it goes as an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 call from the 47 of the Indians. Wide side of the field is the right side. McRae, the senior quarterback, 11:25 to play in the first half. Haywood 21, Northside 0. Haywood not afraid to throw downfield, short passes, and runs. We've opened it up tonight. McRae has the football, throws right. He's got Reed streaking. He's got a first down and more. Is he touched? No. Do I see a flag? No. Give him 6 to Courtney Reed. That is a flex fitness touchdown, Tomcats. 27-0. Greg, what about that?
Touchdown. Let's see. Robbie Cates is listening from the fire department tonight. Is Jordan, Lindsey Jordan, and Lenny Kevin are up at the Tennessee River. Lots of people listening tonight.
Bring me some catfish. Fry it first and clean it, fry it, and throw a little fries in there with me. PAT is no good. 27-0 is the score. 11-12 to play in the first half. Haywood 27, Northside 0 in this contest that really Haywood, well, has had the football, Greg, 4 times, scored 4 times. So kind of what we thought it could be, but I'm liking to see any negatives you see so far, Haywood?
Yellow flags.
And we're not saying they weren't deserved by Haywood, but we need to clean that up. Haywood has had no turnovers, but 6 or 7 blocks in the back or holding calls. But Haywood has overcome them. We had one little glitch there in the kicking game, and I didn't see, was it a mishandled ball snap? But kick was no good. And if you hadn't guessed already, the 1959 Masonic Award winner, the guy that had to step in behind David Evans, I want to brag on my freshman coach. He coached in Haywood for a few years. It is Russell Lindsay. I'll tell you where he is now in just a moment. Haywood Sanchez ready to kick from his 40-yard line from right to left. Haywood leading 27-0 in this non-region contest. Sanchez puts a good foot into the ball, end over end, fielded at the 14-yard line, 25-30, streaking, but Haywood finally bringing down somewhere around the 38-yard line is the stop. And the Indians have their best field position of the night, starting at their own 38. Trailing in the game, 27-0. Haywood County visiting Jackson Northside tonight. Second game of the year. This is week 0. And Greg and I, as a lot of people, will talk about what other games are going on in West Tennessee. I've got some interesting facts, history about Haywood I'll bring up. And I've got if you like funny stuff, Greg, you like funny stuff. You like me, don't you? I'm kind of funny looking.
Sort of.
I've got a funny story I'll relate to you. I thought we'd do that too. 11 minutes to play in the first half. Northside wants to throw, throws left, and Haywood intercepts at the 44-yard line. That is number 11, Jacoby Swift. And Haywood has picked off an errant pass. Haywood has it at where they mark at the 45-yard line of Haywood. The Tomcats have, well, as we would say, ideal field position at their own 45-yard line, already leading in this contest, 27-0. A slow game to me. 11 minutes to play in the first half. Haywood leads 27-0. How about all those Tomcat listeners? Peyton Riley, Larry Kelso Jr., Barney Garrett, John Cunningham, Jim McCarley, David Hooper Jr., David Hooper Sr. McRae trying to air it out left. He's got a streaking receiver, overthrows Taylor Shields at the 20-yard line. Well defended and really not a pass play that was going to be completed, I don't think anyway. Well defended, and McRae just overshot Shields on the streaking play. Just a go pattern down the left sideline. Incomplete. And all that does, Greg, to me is Northside, you better be ready for anything. We've got all the weapons, and we're using them all. 10:53, clock stops on an incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. From the 45-yard line of Haywood. The give is to Reed, stutter stepping. He's got 5, and that's it. Give him 5 yards. Will bring up 3rd and 5 at midfield. Right at the 50-yard line, Haywood will have it 3rd and 5. Ball on the right hash mark. 10:35, well, 10:25, 24, 23, 22. Russell Lindsay graduated from Haywood in 1960, graduated with a bachelor's degree in 1964 from Memphis State, got his master's in education in 66 from Memphis State, and then he coached at Haywood in 1964 through 67, having outstanding years as a freshman football coach and even coached basketball. Got his master's degree in social work at the UT College of Social Work in Memphis. He married Nancy Simonton in 1967 in Covington. And just a personal note, Nancy's father, J.E. Simonton, was the principal of Covington High School at that time. He coached and taught, left Brownsville and went to Covington at that time, coached and taught at Covington High School from 67 through 72. Later, for 11 years, he was principal at Brighton Elementary and later Brighton High School. And then he had a daughter born in 1973, and she lives in Atlanta. She has 2 boys, so Russell has 2 grandsons. I'll pick it up there. Here we go, Haywood. 3rd and 5 call at midfield. Tomcats 27, Northside 0. 10:22 to play, first half. McCray in the shotgun, has the football, will fake it, roll to his left, has a receiver. It is caught, stumbling, bumbling, and there is a flag on the play. Brent Moore makes the catch, and if Shields did any blocking in the back, it was uncalled for because it didn't help the play at all. Greg, we've almost gotten 10 flags in this first half.
You play good teams, you're going to get beat with penalties.
That is a foolish play there, and I think the officials are right on the money, but Haywood is just making mistakes, and that was a hold against Haywood, and it didn't even affect the play. It was a great throw by McCray to Moore, and we just had a holding call that a player not even in the play held an opponent, and it'll bring it back. It is a first down, but Haywood lost some valuable yardage. That is a Cowart, Reese, and Sargent first down. Chains will move. Tomcats have it at the 45-yard line of Northside. 10:13 to play, first half. Haywood leading 27-0. Haywood out Tomcats 27, Jackson Northside 0. Northside has had to punt the football every time but once, and moments ago Haywood had an interception to start that drive after just one play. It was an intercept, and that's where we take over here. Haywood's run one play and now have it 1st and 10. It is a Cowart, Reese, and Sargent first down. McCray hands to Walker, gaining 1 yard, hit hard, and that'll just be a gain of 1 to the 44. Haywood will have it now 2nd and 9. Walker could not get untracked, trying up the middle. 9:42, and I can see Northside has trouble with their clock. Once you get under 10 minutes on the clock, it's hard to read it. I'll try to do the best I can to bring you what time is remaining here in the first half. Haywood leading 27-0 over Northside. Tomcats have scored on every possession, trying to here for the 5th time tonight. Wings both left and right. The give is to Walker, trying the right side, had to cut it back, still on his feet, weaving and dodging. 40, 35, 30. He should have a first down. I don't see a flag. That will be a Cowart, Reese, and Sargent first down. How about that?
First down.
Tell me more. 9:08 to play. We got a player down. 9:08 to play in the first half. Haywood driving. It is a 1st and 10 situation when we come back. Haywood has it at the 24 of Northside, already leading 27-0. We're back after these commercial words.
Or you think you might be missing out on a better deal? Think again, because some things aren't worth the risk when it's concerning someone you love. Hello, this is Jody Lee with Lee and Simmons Funeral Home. When it comes to choosing a funeral home, trust the care of your loved ones with the people that you have known and trusted for generations, and not the building. Before there was Lee and Simmons Funeral Home, there was no choice. You can call us at 731-772-8880.
The secret of successful retailing is to give your customers what they want. Assortment of good quality merchandise, lowest possible price, guaranteed satisfaction with what you buy. Friendly and knowledgeable service, convenient hours, free parking, and a pleasant shopping experience. Those are the words of Sam Walton. Brownsville manager Ryan Robertson. Walmart believes in success and believes it begins with our local school programs from pre-K to kindergarten and beyond. That's why Walmart is proud to support our Haywood County sports programs as well as academics throughout each school year. From your Walmart team, go Tomcats.
Everybody yell, go Tomcats.
On first down, not much there. Running up the middle, Haywood, McCray handed off. Not much at all there. Morel, a loss of 1, which is unusual. Haywood's big, powerful line and good, talented running backs could not crack the defense there, losing 1. 2nd and 11. Haywood has it at the 26-yard line of Northside, and the Tomcats already leading this contest 27-0 with 8 minutes to play in the first half. McCray has the football, looking right, throws right. He's got a receiver. It's Walker. Met at the 25, falling forward close to the 21-yard line. Positive yardage, but it'll still bring up 3rd and long for the Cats. Tomcats and Indians at the reservation. 7:44 to play in the first half. 27-0. The score, Haywood does lead. Wide side of the field is to the left. Haywood going from right to left, leading 27-0. Russell Lindsay from 1983 to 2002 served several positions at the Tipton County Board of Education and retired in 2002. His wife Nancy died in 2015. We'll come back and pick it up there. From the shotgun, McCray has the football. Fakes the ball, carries it himself to the right, turns up, has a Cowart, Reese, and Sargent first down, run out of bounds in the vicinity of the 15-yard line, first down. Cowart, Reese, and Sargent first down. Haywood on the move, leading 27-0. Haywood County leading over Jackson Northside. Ball just nosed inside of the 10-yard line. Haywood will have it 1st and goal from that point, needing 9.5 yards for another Flex Fitness touchdown. Tillman McCray has Reed on his right shoulder. Moore is in the backfield as a blocking back. The give is to Reed. He's at the 9 and taken down. No gain. Hard to say. I never thought you could say Reed would be stopped, but he was there. Nice defensive play there by the Indians. 6:47 and ticking in the first half. 2nd and goal, Haywood from that point at the 9-yard line, 9.5-yard line. 1 receiver left, 1 to the right. 2 backs, well, really a tight end and a back in the backfield with McCray, the quarterback. Has the football looking left, throwing left. It is intercepted, I believe, if they call it. It is intercepted by Northside in the corner of the end zone, trying to catch Shields, well defended. Once again, if McCray's done anything, Greg, he's overthrown the receivers and almost out of bounds, but a great defensive play. The halfback for Northside caught the ball in the corner, and Northside will have a touchback and move it out to the 20.
Back-to-back gains with an interception.
Yep. So McCray is close, within a couple of feet of completing 2 or 3 long passes, but this pass, a 9-yard variety at the goal line, and that's the first time tonight Haywood has had the football and not come away with points. From the shotgun, Northside now has plenty of time, over 6 minutes to play, throwing right, dropping the football. A lateral pass down the line of scrimmage goes incomplete. and Northside has it 2nd and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Well, picking it up there, Russell Lindsay, very active in the Covington United Methodist Church. Several times since 1995, he's gone to the Ukraine, helped establish a church there. He remarried 2 years ago, Patsy Francis, who is also a local girl, and they currently live in Franklin, Tennessee, where Patsy has a daughter and 4 grandchildren. This time quarterback is hemmed in and taken down. Haywood defense rises to the occasion there, and that is an 8 or 9 yard loss. Tomcat defense swarming as Northside wanted to throw, Johnson wanted to throw, but losing, well, they mark it now as just a 6 yard loss from the 20 back to the 14. Brings up now 3rd and long, 3rd and 16 for the Indians. Haywood 27, Northside 0, 5:40 to play in the first half. From the shotgun, 3 receivers left, quarterback looks left, throws left, out of bounds. What is that? Incomplete. 4th down, and for the Indians, it'll bring up a punting situation again. Under 5:30 to play. Clock stopped now because of an incomplete pass. 5:29 to play in the first half of play here in Northside, at Jackson Northside. Haywood 27, the Indians 0. And Northside really has not threatened and really hadn't taken the ball across midfield. Haywood scored 4 out of 5 times, having got pass intercepted in the end zone, just stopping the last drive Haywood had. Tomcats should have great field position here. It is Shields standing at midfield looking for the football. This kick will not be returned. It is a wobbly kick off to the right that gets a horrible kick for Northside. Good one for Haywood. And Haywood, Greg, takes over great position here at the 35-yard line. We've got time to put more points on the board.
Easily.
5:19 to play. Is that what that says? Can you read that scoreboard? Is that 5:19?
I think.
It looks like our old scoreboard. We threw that one away. Got a brand new, beautiful scoreboard. Thanks to all of our patrons, boosters that did a great job. 5:19 to play, first half. Haywood has wide side to the right. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line of Northside to give his to Reed. Not much there. Forward push, gains about 3, but he was stopped initially at the line of scrimmage. We'll bring up 2nd and long for the Cats. McRae senior handed to junior, and that is Tillman McRae handed to DeCourtney Reed. Well, and all on his own, single-handed effort, gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 for the Cats.
2nd down and 7.
2 receivers to the left and 2 receivers to the right. Will the Tomcats throw on this down? 2nd and long. Quarterback does throw down the line of scrimmage. It is Walker, has a first down, turns it up, goes close to, falls forward, and is in the end zone. I don't see a flag. Give him 6. Greg and I say touchdown, Tomcats.
Correct.
There you go. That is a Flex Fitness touchdown, Tomcats. Haywood 33, Northside 0. Haywood PAT coming up now. Will the Tomcats kick or will the Tomcats go for 2? Haywood leading 33-0 in the first half. 4:26 to play, and Tillman McRae is in the game. Sanchez is not. Tomcats will look for a 2-point variety. McRae is the only back in the backfield. He tries a lob in the end zone, and there's a flag on the play. Well, I know one thing the Tomcats will talk about next week, and that'll be you cannot block in the back and have these flags, and we're doing way too much of that tonight. The touchdown pass was successful, but the flags will bring it back. And I assume the Tomcats may kick this next one. It's against Haywood, I'm pretty sure. Greg, we hadn't kept it. We don't have the official stats but Tomcats have had more than 10 penalties.
I'm sure.
And most of them holding, I guess. 4:26 to play in the first half. The call is personal foul. Oh, it's against Northside. Touch. The two-point conversion is good. Okay, well, correct me from that. The two-point conversion was good. It was a personal foul call against Northside. Correct me on that, Greg, and I don't know. I didn't see anything anyway, but you just thought when you saw yellow on the field, I thought Haywood. But personal foul against Northside, the two-point conversion is good, and Haywood has a 35-0 lead over Northside. Haywood Tomcats 35, Northside 0. And, folks, we've got 4 minutes and 26 seconds left in the first half, so we've got a lot of entertainment left. I'm going to stop talking at halftime, give it to Greg, and he's going to entertain you the whole he's shaking his hand. I'll be glad to do that. I'll be glad. We could do song and dance, but since neither one of us can sing, and we're not on video, you can't see, so we'll just have to talk. 4:26 to play in the first half. Haywood, by way of that infraction in the end zone, get a gift on kicking. Haywood has moved up to the 45-yard line of Northside because of unsportsmanlike conduct of Northside. Haywood will have a short field to kick. This is Sanchez, number 32, Joseph Sanchez, to kick from right to left. Haywood gearing up, and Sanchez should be able to put this in the end zone. He kicks a long kick that is fielded right at the 1-yard line. He will return it, and there's a wise decision. He gets across the 20-yard line, across the 30. So thinking we might have a touchback, Northside does return to the 31, their own 31-yard line, trailing in the game. Haywood 35, Northside 0. The Indians have it now, 1st and 10. Ball in the middle of the field, going from left to right, and it is a perfect football night. Nice night to sit out on the patio and listen to Brownsville radio, and we've got a lot of folks doing that. David Hooper Sr., Rick Downing, Robert Earl Thornton, Betty Carvin, James Carvin, Stephen Turner, Eddie Smith. Somewhere there is Teresa Smith, Milton Black, Danny Murphy, Bobby Ward, Tamika Reed, Carol Sills, and Floyd Stewart. From the shotgun, Northside will try to sweep it left, and, well, Haywood is finally taking the ball carrier down, and it'll be virtually no gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down and long, 2nd and some 10 for Northside. 4 minutes to play in the first half. Marvin Farmer, Barbara Mason, Bill Walker, Steve and Cindy Smith, Mike Turner, Robert Barden, Raymond Russell, Nancy Dean, Al Dean, and Curtis Waddell. Kurt Waddell. All right, we've got what? Oh, it's against Haywood. Offside against the Tomcats. On a 2nd and 10 call, we'll now bring up 2nd and 5. A free gift there, 5 yards. Haywood lines up offside, and Northside will take the 5-yard gift. 2nd and 5 Northside from their own 35, trailing 35-zip. Northside throwing left and has the football, and I believe a first down, which is a rarity. Not many first downs for the Indians in this game as they trail by 35 points. We're in the first half of action, and Greg, the mercy rule is now in effect. So Haywood, the clock will continue to run in the second half because of the 35-point differential. So how about that?
That is correct.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, this time quarterback looking to throw and slips down. Back at the 24-yard line, wanting to throw the home run ball, slipped and goes down at the 35, and that is a self-inflicted wound, an 8-yard loss. We'll bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 18 Well, correct me. That will be a second down and 18 for Northside. At the 34-yard line, going from left to right, Northside already trailing 35-0. Second down and some 18 to go for the Indians. Looking left, throwing left. It is in and out of the hands of a Tomcat defender. And let me get the number of that, and I believe that's number 1 for Haywood, as Tristan Taylor did not bring it in, but incomplete pass is the call. Almost intercepted there by Taylor. Will bring up now 3rd and 18. From the 34, middle of the field, Haywood Northside going from left to right, needing 18 yards on this 3rd down play to keep the drive alive. Haywood 35, Northside 0, first half of action. Quarterback Johnson has it, looking left, throwing long. Haywood is there and makes an interception. Reversing field and turning up to the 40, still on his feet. The 45, 46, 47. Nice interception there by the Tomcats. That is number 11 for Haywood. That is Jacoby Swift. And as we have a Tomcat player of the game, we've called his name several times. Greg is factoring it in. He's got the slide. How do you use that slide rule? I've never known how to use one.
Is that an engineering tool?
What else you got in your pocket?
That's it.
Slide rule, pencils, ruler, erasers. You don't need. That's one thing I've noticed about Greg. He doesn't even need an eraser. Now, 2:26 left in the first half. Haywood leading 35-0, and by way of the second interception of the night, Haywood has it 1st and 10 at their own 47. Quarterback McRae has it. Hands off the middle. That'll be a loss of 2 on the play. Back to the 45. That play just tried up the middle. No fooling Northside there. Haywood now 2nd and long. 2:21 and ticking now. Closing seconds of the first half. Haywood now facing 2nd and 12 as the Tomcats have it, well, really, 2nd down and 13. Ball is at the 44-yard line of the Tomcats. Haywood going from right to left, leading by 35 points. You thought this could be, you just didn't want to say it, but Haywood should be the better ball team and should come away easily. So far, they've done just that. Quarterback fakes. McRae gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it. And that'll bring up 3rd and about 11. Didn't really get all the way back to the 47, got back to the 46. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 11. Haywood has tried a handoff up the middle, a run up the middle by the quarterback for no gain. 1:27 to play first half. Taking a lot of time to bring these plays in, as Haywood may be content just to let this clock wind down. Haywood 35, Northside 0. Think back, we're going to remember some of the previous games between these squads and more coming up. 35-0, McRae throws left. He's got Walker running midfield, turns it up. Depends on marking the football. It appears from here it is a Cowart, Reese, and Sargent first down. Down the line of scrimmage, McRae to Walker, nets yardage inside the 40, mark at the 37. 1st and 10 Haywood at the 37 of Northside. 58 seconds to play first half. Haywood has scored on every drive except one, and an intercept in the end zone ended that try. Less than a minute to play, 35-0, Haywood leading over the Indians. Wide side of the field, this time is the right side. Haywood puts 2 receivers to the wide side. McRae, the quarterback, has it. Looking right, throwing right. He's got a receiver that's caught it. Moving inside and still on his feet. Another first down, and that is a Cowart, Reese, and Sargent first down. Alex Taylor makes the reception and a nice turnip and run. 7 or 8 yard pass, 5 or 6 yard run. Chains move, and that is a Cowart, Reese, and Sargent first down at the 25-yard line of the Indians. Wide side this time will be the left side. Haywood going to the north end of the field. This school is located on Highway 45, old 45, not the bypass, but on 45 Highway North. Tomcats have everybody in tight but one wide receiver left. The give is off the right side. Good push, good surge off a right tackle. Gaining 4, maybe 5 yards. on a first down carry, brings up second down. 22, 21, 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Haywood leading 35-0 in this contest, and Haywood may get one more, well, may not. Haywood will be content to let the clock wind down and go in holding a 35-0 lead here at the halfway mark at the reservation. Tomcats coming to the line of scrimmage, and that will do it. Horn sounds, and the Tomcats have played well, overcoming penalties and more, as the Tomcats lead in this one at halftime, 35-0. Brownsville Radio, 35-0. We'll be back to tell you about the first half, what to expect in the second half. I'm going to wake Greg up, and we're going to talk about a lot of things, and I promise you, I'm going to make you laugh when I come back. 35-0, Haywood leads over Northside.
When a football team ends up with 12 men on the field, it probably means somebody forgot to double check. When you end up paying more for car insurance than you need to, it also means someone forgot to double check. That's why State Farm will do a free discount double check by going through your policies to make sure you're getting all the discounts you deserve. Because those discounts could mean big league savings. Call me, Jim McAdams, your State Farm agent today at 772-6000, or come by my office at 100 North Washington. It pays to double check.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When it comes to harvest season, you're no stranger to long hours, which is why your local Case IH dealer and H&R AgriPower in Brownsville is extending their parts and service hours to help you be ready during this crucial time of year. Trust factory-trained technicians to provide knowledgeable expertise and quick turnaround times. Ask H&R AgriPower about their next-day parts availability, and count on their professionals to help ensure that your equipment stays up and running all day or all night. For maximum production and bushels, contact your local Case IH dealer, H&R AgriPower, for more information.
Hi, this is Jake Barr with Pratt Termite. For over 40 years, Pratt Termite has strived to remain competitive and keep our prices as low as we can. We feel we can meet and beat our competitors' prices and in service. Give us a call today at 772-5666 and let us give you a free estimate on protecting your home from termites, ants, and spiders. At Pratt Termite, customer satisfaction is our priority. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
Go Tomcats! Hi, this is Riley Barr, a proud Tomcat cheerleader. We're hoping for a winning season this year, and we want to help you be a winner too. If your goal is to get into a new home, I know someone who'd love to help. Call my mom, Tammy Barr, or stop by Supreme Lending today and talk to the winning team that can make your dreams of owning a new home come true. She's located on the Brownsville Court Square, or give her a call at 326-1062. So come cheer on the Tomcats to a winning season. Go Tomcats! Be supreme!
Subject to credit approval, equal housing lender, and MLS number 457960.
After one half of play, the Haywood Tomcats have done what they set out to do, and that's put points on the board, put first points on the board, and really kept Northside out of the end zone. And Northside really did not threaten to score first half. Greg and I talked about it, but Greg, we just have one little fault we thought about is, and I'm sure Haywood will discuss it probably in the dressing room, probably on the way home, and certainly Monday morning or Monday afternoon. Only negative to me is just one factor.
Penalties. Lots of penalties.
Yeah, and most of them of what variety seemed like the same thing kept coming up, didn't it?
Last 3 years, we have a lot of penalties.
But most of it seemed like they called a hold most every time, and they were all against Haywood. We don't dispute the call, but we've got to correct that. As Greg mentioned, you play some of these games that are close or better teams, and you can't overcome that. Tonight we've overcome those penalties. We've had one turnover in the end zone that kept us from scoring, but the score here reads comfortably. It's Haywood 35, Northside 0. Anything else stand out to you first half? I mean, Northside probably doesn't have the team they've had in the past. We know how Haywood's talented, other than penalty. And would you think penalties did Haywood deserve? We don't know. I don't have the camera on them.
I would say, yeah. I mean, penalties is all about discipline. So, I hope he plays his young players in the second half. I mean, a lot of these coaches don't do that. I mean, these young players, one, it gives them experience. Two, you may need them down the road. And three, they practice every day. And They work hard every day. In a lopsided game like this, you hope they got an opportunity to play, and hopefully they'll play some of these underclass.
Well, we got a half to go, and I feel like that. We don't know. Mercy rule is in effect. Second half, the clock will run all the time unless there's a timeout call or an injury. The second half will go quickly, and as this game started at 7, it'll be through quicker than normal, I think, because the clock runs so much. We do want to thank Food Giant for bringing us each week. Where are they now? And I'm glad to tell you that Russell Lindsay was our player, and several of our people probably guessed who that was. I like to give you a little teasers as to what this player did during his days with the Tomcats, and then after you can guess who it is, then exactly where are they now? And Russell grew up in Brownsville, moved to Covington, and currently, just in the last year, I think, has moved to Franklin, Tennessee. Russell Lindsay, a good one there. Odd, but he had 3 different numbers while he was at Haywood, and a little bit difference there. You would think you have the same number. He never changed positions. Quarterback as a sophomore, number 10. Quarterback as a junior, number 17. And then graduated, but as a senior, number 18. So we've got 35-0 is the score at halftime. And we talk about a lot of things going on. And, well, Greg, you need a chuckle, don't you? Let me see if and you may have heard this, but I thought it was, when I read it, I laughed out loud. See if you can follow this one. Are you with me?
Yeah.
I know he's sitting over there, but okay, here we go. Melvin and his wife Esther went to the state fair every year. And every year, Melvin would say, Esther, I'd like to ride in that helicopter. Esther always replied, I know, Melvin, but that helicopter ride is $50. And $50 is $50. Well, one year, Esther and Melvin went to the fair, and Morris said, Esther, I'm 85 years old, and if I don't get to ride in that helicopter this year, I might not ever get another chance. Esther replied, Morris, that helicopter is $50, and $50 is $50. Well, the pilot overheard the couple and said, folks, I'll make you a deal. I'll take the both of you for a ride. And if you can stay quiet for the entire ride and not say a word, I won't charge you a penny. But if you say one word, it's going to cost you $50. Well, Melvin and Esther agreed, and they went up. And the pilot did all kind of fancy maneuvers. Carlton, you'll like this one. But not a word was heard. He did his daredevil tricks over and over again, but still not a word. Well, when they landed, the pilot turned to Melvin and said, by golly, I did everything I could to get you to yell out. But you didn't, and I am really impressed. And Melvin replied, well, to tell you the truth, I almost said something when Esther fell out. But you know, $50 is $50. And Greg is not even laughing out loud or silently. Did you? I thought it was pretty funny.
It was.
It was, as you would say, hilarious, wasn't it?
It was hilarious.
Said I almost said something when Esther fell out. All right. What about other games going around the horn tonight? Here we go. Future Tomcats. MUS, sporting a 1-0 record, is hosting Memphis Kingsbury tonight, and Kingsbury lost last week. We do know, and I don't have the results right now, but USJ has traveled to Alamo to play Crockett County. USJ is winless, being 0-1, and Crockett is 1-0. Greg, you got a comment?
It says here on the hotline part of this thing, let's find Crockett County. They were winning. Last we heard, Crockett County was leading 20-7.
Ooh.
At halftime.
20-7 halftime. So they shut down that Bruin. What I know about those two so far is the Bruins are pass happy, and Crockett rides the shoulders of Mr. Branch, Jordan Branch, that is a 255-pound running back. All right, Obion County, losing last week, is hosting Dyer County, losing last week. So one of these teams is going to break out in the win column. Obion hosting Dyer County, okay?
Dyer County 21, Obion 7.
I figure Dyer County is a 5A school. Matter of fact, Dyer County is in the same region with Henry County. Ripley, 0-1, and I'll throw a new school on you. All right, go ahead. Ripley is hosting Freedom Prep.
Sounds like a pep rally. Ripley 9, Freedom Prep 7.
Oh, and I think Freedom Prep is a brand new school. Both of these teams lost last week, but they're out of Memphis. I'd never heard of Freedom Prep before, but Ripley leading Freedom Prep at Tiny Knee Stadium by the score of 9-7. Briarcrest, we won't know about, I don't think, but Briarcrest is at Good Pasture, and Briarcrest won last week. Good Pasture lost last week, but Briarcrest is on the Haywood schedule. Liberty only has a 9-game schedule. Liberty did not play last week, and how about this one? They're taking on the big boys. Jackson Liberty traveled all the way to Paducah, Kentucky to play Tillman High School, who lost last week. So Liberty's at Tillman.
Paducah 7-0 in the first.
Okay. Dyersburg, a little bit of interest in this one. Dyersburg winning last week is hosting Brighton, who did not win last week. Dyersburg-Brighton playing at Dyersburg at J.C. Sawyer Stadium. Henry County, Haywood defeating last week, is at Hendersonville Beach. Henry County, of course, losing to Haywood Beach, won last week.
Brighton is beating Dyersburg 14-8 at half.
Okay. And I wasn't sure Brighton had that strong of a team, but they're holding their own with the Trojans. One more piece of information, then we'll take a break and come back and tell you more. The halftime score is Haywood 35, Northside 0. How about this? Haywood has played Northside 30 times. Haywood has won 18, lost 12. In this contest, in the 30 times, Haywood has shut out Northside 4 times, trying tonight to be number 5. And Northside has shut out Haywood in the contest through the years 3 times. There have been 2 overtime games. One I'll never forget, Greg. Steve Stutz and I did our very first broadcast at this game, 3rd game of the year, 1986. It was horrible. We didn't know what we were doing. I'll speak for myself. I was terrible. They played the national anthem, and I couldn't think of what you called it. I said, they played that song. and we went, and not only was it a game, it went into overtime. So not only were we were bad for a long time. Haywood won the ball game 10-7. Justin Spencer kicked the winning field goal. Haywood won 10-7. In 2 overtimes in 1986, Haywood defeated Northside. All right. Then in the year 2000, David Overton and I were doing the ball game, and the longest set of overtimes we ever played in Brownsville, Northside in Haywood, we played in 4 overtimes and lost the ball game in 4 overtimes. Haywood has never played in more overtimes than that. So we've had 2 overtime games with Northside, winning 1 and losing 1. The most points Haywood has ever put on Northside is 54, and the most points Northside has ever put on Haywood is 41. One more breakdown in this series, 18 wins for Haywood, 12 for Northside. John Hooper was 3-0 against Northside. Rufus Laster won 4, lost 2. George Chapman won 5, lost 2. Phil Massey only won twice, lost 4. Bart Stowe had a 3-1 record against the Indians. Ernie Jackson was winless. Ernie played them twice, lost them twice. And Steve Hookfin has played Northside twice, winning 1, losing 1, trying to make that 2-1 tonight, and he's well on his way to do it. Haywood's leading 35-0. I'm going to come back with interesting information, history, facts from years ago. Put on your thinking caps, you history buffs. We'll be back. Haywood 35, Northside 0 at the midway point.
With the uncertainty of the weather, the increased costs of growing a crop, and the volatility of the markets, farming risks are greater than ever. To help safeguard the success of your business, Linda Freeman at Delta Insurance has the right products to meet all of your ag risk management needs. Whether it's multiple peril crop insurance, crop hail, or another specialty coverage, Linda provides you with the risk management tools necessary to help you protect what matters most. Call Delta Insurance 772-1950.
Need your oil changed and don't have time to leave it? Got new tires and need an alignment? Hi, this is David Peace. We now offer complete oil change and alignment services without an appointment. You want someone with the experience and know-how to take care of your routine maintenance? Then you need to come see me at Peace Auto Center. With over 40 years of experience taking care of the automotive needs of Brownsville and Haywood County, call 772-9719 or drop by the corner of Highway 54 in North Washington today.
A little extra time, a little brown sugar, and a whole lot of care. Yes, sir, that's what it takes to make Trip Country Ham. Hello, everybody. Bill Dance for Trip Country Hams of Brownsville, Tennessee. Let me tell you something. The very first time I tried a Trip ham, I knew it was special. And after I got to know Charlie Tripp, I understood that he doesn't do anything unless he does it right. Want the best country ham and bacon? Well, take it from me, Bill Dance. Ask your grocer for Trip Country Ham.
What do you look for when you're choosing your pharmacy? Availability, convenience, right? Is your pharmacy open at 6 for your after-work doctor visits? With Main Street Pharmacy and our dedicated staff, we will get you in and out with no waiting. This is Caleb Kendrick. Come see us in Allen Primrose at Main Street Pharmacy. We're all the pharmacy you'll ever need. We're open till 6 daily for you, and we're at 200 East Main, or even call us at 585-0500. And did I mention free deliveries?
Tomcats on 95.3.
Haywood 35, Jackson Northside 0. Nope, game's not over. This is just halfway through. This is Brownsville Radio 95.3 FM. Every Friday night, tune in your radio, ride in your car, listen to it at home, on your tractor, in your police car, in your ambulance, wherever you are, tune in, Brownsville Radio, or you can dial us up, brownsvilleradio.com. As we already have heard, people from Knoxville on back this way at the river, brownsvilleradio.com, and click on the Haywood Tomcat icon, and you can see it. As now we're at halftime, all you're going to see is the stands, but we've got more action. We're only halfway through. We do want to thank all of our sponsors for Haywood Tomcat football: Sonic Drive-In, Cowett, Reese and Sargent, Food Giant, Lee and Simmons Funeral Home, Walmart, Jim McAdams State Farm, H&R Agri-Power, Flex Fitness Center, and Peace Auto Center.
Hatcher Chevrolet Buick GMC, Main Street Pharmacy, Pratt Termite and Pest Control, Trip Country Ham, Brownsville Family Medicine, Delta Crop Insurance, Best One Tire, and Supreme Lending.
2017 sponsors, thank you. Well, what about, let's go to 1957. Y'all love that year? Well, I did. I remember some things about that far back, but what about, there were 24 touchdowns credited to the quarterback, David Evans. 8 in the variety of a run. So he ran on the ground and scored 8 touchdowns. David Evans, All-American quarterback. What I thought was interesting, he scored 16 times through the air. Would you have any idea through the air how it was broken down? Who caught the touchdown passes that David Evans threw in 1957? What I thought was interesting was, as most teams would have 2 ends, and in those days it was really a tight end and a split end. The 2 ends caught an equal number. David Evans ran 8 times on the ground. He threw 8 times to Jim Veers, Carlton Veers' older brother. He caught 8 touchdown passes. And the other end, how about Jerry Eskew, caught 8 touchdown passes. I thought pretty easy breakdown there, but David Evans, you could credit 24 touchdowns, but 16 of those were through the air and 1 on the ground. but Evans was a great quarterback, and Veers and SQ had good hands, but they did a lot of other great things too, blocking and so many facets for that undefeated 1957 team. What was their record? 11-0. What did they capture? They captured the first Big Ten Conference championship that Haywood ever had. Where did they play that ball game? Rothrock Stadium. Who did they defeat? Ripley. What was the score? Ripley Haywood, Thanksgiving Day, 1957. What was the score? 6-0. In not ideal conditions, sort of wet and muddy conditions. 6-0. All right, I got a question for you. Think about and name. Can you name a cheerleader? Name a cheerleader from 1965. Think about it. These cheerleaders, some would have graduated, if the seniors would have graduated in 1966. But in the fall of 65, who were the cheerleaders? Well, first of all, my question might be, how many cheerleaders would you have had? Well, thanks to Rita Hathcock, she explained to me why we had, for so many years, 7 cheerleaders. And I said, Rita, I didn't really thought about it. But for 25 years, we only had 7. Today we have 20. Well, I know Northside has 23 cheerleaders. And the Tomcats have over 20. There was a rhyme or reason, I think, according to Rita Hathcock, and it makes sense to me. When the cheerleaders used to spell out the word Haywood, give me an H, give me an A. Well, if you see where I'm going, the letter Haywood has 7 letters. Each girl would represent a letter when they spelled out Haywood. Have you thought about it? Can you name just one cheerleader from the fall of 1965? I'll go slowly. One was Kay Buchanan. She married a Tomcat, Doug Black. Sharon Phelps married a Tomcat, Hunter Baird. Suzanne Martin. Lynn Richards married a Tomcat, Jim Waddell. Kathy Silverstein. Terry Silverstein. And how about Phyllis Stutes, married a Tomcat, Charles Cazort. Pretty good group of girls there. Some still live in Haywood County, Brownsville, some don't. But the cheerleaders from 1965, I thought I'd give a shout out. Kay Buchanan, Sharon Phelps, Suzanne Martin, Lynn Richards, Kathy Silverstein, Terry Silverstein, Phyllis Stutes. Names today, well, it's Kay Black, Sharon Baird, Suzanne Wallace, Lynn Waddell. I'm not sure Kathy and Terry Silverstein who their husbands are or what their last names are today, and Phyllis is Phyllis Cazort today. How about that? 35-0, the score at halftime. Both teams are back on the field. We're just moments away from the start of the second half. We're back after these commercial words.
Grocery when you shop Brownsville's Food Giant this week. Boneless Black Canyon Angus beef chuck roast, $2.95 a pound. John Morrell meat wieners, 12-ounce pack, $1.19. Williams pork sausage, a pound roll, $2.68 each. Select varieties, Gatorade, 32-ounce bottles, 87 cents a piece. And remember, every single day you get Food Giant's famous fried chicken, 8-piece dark, just $3.99. 8-piece mix, just $5.49. Food Giant, they treat you like family. Take your groceries to your car.
When you're looking for fast in-field service for your farm tires this fall, phone Firestone first. Your friendly certified Firestone Farm Tire dealer can get your flat fixed in a flash to get your field work finished. In fact, along with friendly farm service, you'll find famous Firestone tires rated first for productivity. This fall, for fast in-field service for your flat farm tires, phone Firestone first. Firestone, the leader in the field.
Best One Tire, Jackson or Brownsville, 660-4072 or 772-1504.
Haywood Sanchez boots the ball, well-defended kickoff team defended well and stopped the Indians at the 26-yard line. Here's the first play of the second half. Haywood 35, Northside 0, as the Indians will go from left to right, defending the north end of the field from the shotgun, trailing 35-0. Haywood leading by that margin. the Indians try the left side and don't go anywhere, losing yardage on trying to be a sweep to the left, starting at the 26-yard line, losing 2 will bring up 2nd down and 12. Haywood D has played well. Have you picked out a Tomcat player of the game? We've mentioned a lot of names. Last week it went to Jerwin Young, outstanding defensive effort, and several Tomcats could have won last week. Well, tonight several could on either side of the football. Quarterback does throw the football, caught at the 20 and falling to the 21, and that'll be a loss on that play too, trying to get positive yardage. Quarterback retreats, throws behind the line of scrimmage. A catch nets negative yardage, even though it was a pass completion. Ball at the 21-yard line. So Northside has run or had 2 plays, 1 for run, 1 for pass, losing 5 yards. 3rd and 15 call Northside. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Quarterback wanting to throw, does throw left, and it is an incomplete pass. Nobody close except a Tomcat. It goes incomplete at the 39-yard line, 4th down, and Northside will have to punt again. Northside trailing in the game 35-0. The clock should continue to run as we are now in the mercy rule situation. Any 35-point differential, clock does not stop. Only 2 exceptions to that. That's an injury or a timeout. Even if you score, incomplete pass, whatever, clock runs, which it is doing now. Close to 9 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Substitutions coming in for Northside, attempting to punt as the punter standing back at his own 9-yard line on a 4th and long. 4th and 15 call for Northside. High snap over the punter's head in the end zone. He scrambles and is taken down at the what yard line? About the 3-yard line, Greg, I think. High snap, and that didn't help Northside's cause at all. 8:42, clock continues to run. Haywood is in business. We'll see who comes on the field. Will the Tomcat regulars, or will we use a little second teamer? No, I believe Tillman McCray, I see him in the game. And Haywood has it now. Well, they mark at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, Haywood at the 4. I do see DeCourtney Reed and Tillman McCray in the game, so Haywood really still has the first team in, leading 35-0. At the goal line, 1st and goal from the 4, and there's movement, and I'm not sure. There'll be flags. I don't know who moved. Somebody, 5-yard variety, and it's against. It's a procedure call against Haywood. Okay. So once again, as Greg and I both have elaborated on, Tomcats have got to sharpen up their skills as the Tomcats have been guilty of numerous infractions, most of them in the holding variety. Under 8 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Clock will evaporate in a hurry here, not stopping because the mercy rule definition. McCray has it. Will carry the ball to the left. He's at the 10-yard line, falls forward a gain of 1 or 2. 1st and goal call will now bring up 2nd and goal, depending on the spot where they mark it about the 7. 2nd and goal from the 7. Haywood 35. Northside 0. Well, they do mark at the 8-yard line, so a gain of really 2 yards on 1st down carry by McCray. Quarterback has 1 receiver, both left and right. 1 back in the backfield. Tight end is in the backfield. More as a blocker. McCray has it. This time will throw the football in the right corner. He's got a receiver. It is caught, and it is a touchdown.
Number 13,
Alex Taylor makes the catch, and he caught a 2-point conversion earlier. 2-point catch to Taylor, and that puts Haywood up 41-0. PAT kick coming up. That'll be Joseph Sanchez, who has done a great job tonight, kicking 4 extra points already. 41-0, 6 minutes and ticking. This game will be over with shortly. PAT upcoming, 41-0. The kick is up, and it is good. Haywood leads 42-0 over Northside, and the Tomcats interception, and they do know what to do with it as they moved it a little over 50 yards down the field methodically, put points on the board, and lead by 42. We'll be back. Haywood 42, Northside 0, back after this.
Donnie Hatcher of Brownsville, Tennessee knows his prices can't be beat. So Donnie says, look where you want to look, go where you want to go, but you'll always find the lowest prices and the best deals at Donnie Hatcher Chevrolet, located in Brownsville, Tennessee on the Dupree Bypass. Check out the best selection of new and used automobiles in West Tennessee at DonnieHatcher.com. Remember, GM makes the cars, but Donnie Hatcher makes the difference with the best customer service in West Tennessee. That's Donnie Hatcher Chevrolet, located in Brownsville, Tennessee. Flex Fitness in Brownsville fits your busy schedule and on-the-go lifestyle. With your membership, you can work out when it's best for you, day or night. Flex Fitness is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Bring your headphones and burn those calories while watching your favorite TV show without distractions. All of their treadmills, ellipticals, and bikes have personal TVs. Try Flex Fitness free for 7 days with absolutely no obligation. See why Flex Fitness is just right for you. Go to their website, flexfitnesstn.com. That's flexfitnesstn.com.
Go Tomcats!
Northside returns the kick close to the 25-yard line. Haywood already in command, 42-0. Tomcats 42, Northside 0. Haywood trying for the sixth time ever to shut out the Northside Indians. And as we mentioned earlier, Northside has only been a football team since 1947. Tomcats had a little head start beginning play in 1912. Bob Moses was a junior in high school back in those early years. Under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Northside fakes the handoff, quarterback keeps it, and nice recovery there by the Tomcat left side, and that'll go for a no gainer, 2nd and 10. Back at the 25-yard line, Northside will bring 2nd and 10 from that spot. Ball in the middle of the field. 3 up. Is there?
2nd down and 10 from the 25.
Okay. Thought he said flag on the play. Evidently not. 3:25, 3:24, clock ticking down. Clock will continue to run here in the third quarter. Quarterback hands off, running back up the middle, slides out to the left, running room, and has a first down and more. Across the 40 mark at the 43. And I believe, Greg, for the first time tonight, we see new faces on the field, and Northside will have a little easier time of it as Haywood has second unit in. 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Haywood 42, Northside 0. If you just joined us, well, all the scoring, well, most of it has been in the first half. Haywood just did put 7 points on the board as they intercepted a pass and took it all the way in for a touchdown after the intercept. Ball carry up the middle once again. Nice running room, 7 or 8 yards, and the Tomcats second unit is being pressured here as Northside is getting a little running room. On first down, gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. 2:23, 2:22, clock running. And we'll be out of the third quarter here before you know it as the clock has continued to run. This ball game will be over by 9 o'clock, I think, and normally sometimes it's close to 10 o'clock. Third down and short. Can the Tomcats stop here? Quarterback will call his own number, running forward, and is hit and falls forward for a first down. Inside Haywood territory at the 46. Northside has the football. It'll be first down and 10 for Northside at the 40. Well, the spot, the spot didn't give him a first down, but they moved the chains anyway. That's okay. First and 10, Northside at the Haywood 47. The first down marker should have been the 46, which I think the ball carrier reached, but when the ball was placed, it's placed back at the Haywood 47. Either way, first and 10, Northside. Moving the football, 2 first downs, quarterback throwing left, has a receiver at the 42, moves forward and close to another first down. And Haywood's second unit not doing quite as well as the first unit. Haywood never allowed Northside to cross midfield until now. 42-0. Clock is running, and we're 1 minute left to play in this third quarter. We'll be in the fourth quarter after the next play or close to it. 50 seconds to play in the third quarter. Haywood has scored once in this quarter. Now Northside is trying to add points to their 0 goose egg, and Haywood is hitting hard there. Tomcats have the second unit in as we're winding down in this football game. 34 seconds to play in the third quarter. Haywood 42, Northside driving, and Northside has yet to put any points on the board. 42-0. Robert Rooks, Greg Van Story here, 95.3. BrownsvilleRadio.com, streaming live all season long. Haywood comes back to Jackson next week, USJ. Quarterback hands, running back left side. He's got running room, first down, inside the 20, taken out of bounds at the 15. It'll bring up 1st and 10 Northside at the Haywood 15-yard line. Can the Tomcat troops shore up here? It's the second unit, the second 11 for the Haywood, and we've got the end of third quarter. So after 3 quarters of play, Haywood leads 42-0. We're back after these commercial words.
Anytime's a great time for a Sonic snack. Whether it's a hot dog served up just the way you like it with a little bit of chili and onion, or how about a Sonic hamburger, a breakfast burrito, breakfast toaster sandwiches, tater tots, fried onion rings, fried pickles, and of course those famous frozen Sonic treats. And they've got milkshakes, malts, and slushies. Don't forget about their happy hour half-price drinks between 2 and 4 p.m. The Sonic Drive-In in Brownsville, proud to support your Haywood Tomcat.
Many people never think about how to choose a doctor until they need one in a hurry. Brownsville Family Medicine has doctors and nurse practitioners that provide you with lasting physician-patient relationships. Dr. Jack Pettigrew, Dr. Adam English, Dr. Jason Goolsby, and nurse practitioners Ray Wakefield and Andrea Hay will perform a comprehensive evaluation of your health and provide you with the treatment you need. Available Monday through Saturday and additional evening hours Monday through Thursday. Make Brownsville Family Medicine your hometown medical team. Located at 2290 North Washington, call 772-5183 or check them out on Facebook.
Haywood trying to stop here defensively. We're ready to start the first play of the fourth quarter. 42-0, Haywood leads. There's movement, and Haywood has jumped offside, and that'll give five free yards to the Indians. On a first and 10 at the 15, it'll now make it 1st and 5 from the 10. From the Haywood 10-yard line, Northside has it 1st and 5. Quarterback bobbles the ball, fumbled but picked up by Northside. And Northside does recover, but losing valuable yardage there, right back at the original line of scrimmage at the 15. So Northside got a gift of a penalty, fumbled the ball, and now it'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line of Haywood. Tomcats 42, Indians 0. Haywood leading by 42. Quarterback rolling right, tosses it underhanded, and a gain of some 3 or 4 yards, rolled out of bounds somewhere around the 11-yard line, will bring up 3rd down. Clock will continue to run. 11-10 to play in the game. Plenty of time to score here for Northside, but again, the clock will go away in a hurry. Does not stop here except for injuries and timeouts. 10:54, 10:53 to play. Wide side to left side. It'll bring up 3rd and 8 for Northside. Quarterback wanting to throw left does in the end zone. Haywood is back there, but Northside reaches up and grabs the football. It is a touchdown, Northside. And Northside did a little trash talking, but there are no flags on the play. Northside converted on a 3rd and 8 call at the 14-yard line. So it was a 14-yard touchdown pass. Northside good. And the Indians score with 10-18. Clock continuing to run. PAT upcoming for the Indians. 42-6 is the differential. Haywood leading over Northside by 36 points. PAT upcoming. There's the snap, the hold, the kick, and the point after is good. Northside did get on the board, but it was against the Haywood second unit, if that's any consolation to Haywood. And Northside is cut into the Haywood lead, but not enough here. 9:40 to play in the football game, and Haywood has a 42-7 lead. We're back after these commercial words.
Hello, this is Jody Lee. At Lee and Simmons Funeral Home, we don't claim to be locally owned. We are 100% locally owned and operated. Chris, Elliott, and I were all born here, went to school here, and still live here. Before there was Lee and Simmons Funeral Home, there was no choice. If you have any questions regarding your pre-arranging, transferring your existing pre-arranging plans, or any other questions, please call us at 772-8880.
I'm Ryan Robertson, manager at the Brownsville Walmart. When you shop at Walmart, expect the lowest possible price, and there is nowhere you'll find a bigger or fresher selection. And what's just as important is our friendly hometown service. I've moved my family to Brownsville. Just like you, we are a part of this community and very excited about it. We're excited about public schools here too, and that's why we support Tomcats sports. From your friends at Walmart, go Tomcats.
Tomcats on 95.3.
Tomcats scored early in the third quarter. That was a Flex Fitness touchdown. Q Toss, 5 North Court Square, 7-3-4-10-21. You can hook up with Flex Fitness and get your body back in the shape it deserves. 8:10 left in the football game. High end-over-end kick. Fielded by Shields at the 7. Here come the Cats. The 20, and hit hard and taken down about the 23, 24-yard line. Haywood leading 42-7. And now we'll see which unit comes in for Haywood, and I believe it's a lot of new faces. Tomcats lead here by 35 points, and the clock will continue to run. Closing in on the 7.5-minute mark remaining in the game, so not a lot of time for either team to operate with. Sonic Drive-In brings us the pregame show every week. Cowett, Reese, and Sargent every first down. Food Giant, we mentioned, where are they now? They bring us that every week. Lee and Simmons coming up. Top Cat player of the game, and Flex Fitness, every touchdown, Flex Fitness will tell you about it. Quarterback this time for Haywood, let's see, let me get a number there. As quarterback throws left, that'd be a loss of yardage on the play, and that is Andrew Stanley. Yes, sophomore coming in, and doing a good job. A lot of zip on that ball, but it was thrown behind the line of scrimmage, well defended there by Northside, and that'll lose 2 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 12 for the Cats. 6:50 left in this football game. Haywood leading 42-7. Tomcats going from left to right. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Stanley has got 1 running back beside him. The sophomore asking for the ball, has it, hands off, running back up the middle. Little running room, second effort. Try to get back and close to the line of scrimmage. Will bring up 3rd down and 10 from the 25, Haywood's own 25. Well, just a lot of smoke and mirrors here, Greg, as we're just trying to wind this game out using a little second-team talent. We've already used second-team defense, now second-team offense. As you mentioned, that's the way to go.
Correct.
Use new talent. You read the cue card. Correct. All right, we've got under 5 minutes to play, Greg. Get the truck started. Student body right formation. Stanley has the football, throws right. He's got a receiver, but Northside is there. Loss on the play will bring up a 4th down, and Haywood's punting unit will come on the field. 3 plays don't net much yardage there. Well, actually, just loss of yardage on those 3 plays. And 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in this football game. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. We've enjoyed it. It's been Haywood. It's just been, after halftime, a little bit boring in the fact that Haywood has just salted the game away. 42-7 is the scoreboard. and Haywood will now punt. DeAndreas Hines, for the first time tonight, will put his foot into the ball, and there's just 5 minutes to play in the whole ball game. Clock will continue to run. Standing back at his 10-yard line, it's a good snap. He does know the kick is blocked, partially blocked. Only gets out to the 30-yard line. Not a very good punting effort there, and I don't fault the punter as much. It was not very good protection, I don't believe. They were on him in a hurry. So Hines' kick was blocked, and Northside has it at the 30-yard line of Haywood. Clock running now. I put this in your mind too. If Northside were to put any points on the board, the clock goes back to regulation. Right now it's a 35-point difference, but if you cut into that margin, and we've got a timeout on the field. Haywood 42, Northside 7, back after this.
This is State Farm agent Jim McAdams. Your kids now have kids of their own, and State Farm knows with just a simple gift, your grandchildren may experience a lifetime of life insurance. So plan to leave a life insurance legacy for your grandchildren. Visit me, Jim McAdams, your hometown State Farm agent today at 100 North Washington, or call 772-6000.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At H&R AgriPower here in Brownsville, we know that maintaining your equipment's health keeps it running at peak performance. That's why we carry genuine Case IH lubricants, filters, and batteries for your total maintenance solutions. Achieve longer service intervals and higher performance with OEM lubricants. Maximize your machine's efficiency with Case IH-approved filters and depend on quick starting batteries designed to handle extreme vibrations and temperatures. Visit H&R AgriPower today and purchase genuine Case IH lubricants, filters, and batteries to get the most out of your investment.
Northside trying a sweep right, has a running room, and on first down, gaining close to the first down marker, needing 10, got a good bit of dime. Haywood, by way of a punt, partially blocked punt, netted only 9 yards on the previous punt, and Derek Bird just gave us that information. So Northside now, after one play, will have gained a first down, changed move, and Northside has it at the Haywood 20-yard line. 4 minutes to play in the game. Northside has it, 1st and 10 at the Haywood 20. Second unit in for Haywood. Northside looking, rolling left, wanting to throw, but turning it up as a quarterback inside the 20, inside the 15, and they mark it maybe the 14-yard line, and that will be a nice run of 6 or 7 yards for Northside. 3:25 to play in the game. Haywood leading 42-7, but Northside trying to put more points on the board and really go back to the regulation clock. If we narrow this lead by Haywood less than 35, then there won't be a mercy rule, and the clock will go back and stop when there's incomplete passes and out of bounds. Quarterback does hand the ball, sweep to the right. Haywood cannot stop turning up. He's got running room close to the end zone. Let's see. Ball, well, official signals touchdown, and Northside has gone in to score. So 42-13 is the score here with 2:50, and the clock should stop. It is not stopping yet. Suits me. But now it's not the mercy rule, but the clock doesn't know it, has a mind of its own, and it is now running 2:40 left, 2:39, 2:38. I don't understand that, Greg. The clock is running, and now it's less than a 35-point difference. Haywood 42, Northside 13, PAT upcoming. A 1-point kick is attempted here. Northside will kick it up. It looks good and is. And with the clock still running, 2:14 to play in the game, it's still running, and Haywood is leading 42-14. Both of these last-minute touchdowns have been against the Haywood second unit, and Northside will kick to Haywood, and Haywood will not have much time left. Under 2 minutes to play, Haywood will receive the football, but as long as these players talk about it, they don't know, but the clock is still running. Well, finally, now, Greg, the clock has stopped. Maybe somebody, I did think a timeout was called. There's timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout, too. With 1:50 to play in the game, we'll be back after this commercial word.
Do you hear that? That's the sound termites make when they eat your house. Hi, this is Jake Barr, Termite Manager at Pratt Termite. Your house is probably the biggest investment you will ever make. Don't let termites eat your investment. For over 40 years, Pratt Termite has been protecting Brownsville and Haywood County. Call us today at 772-5666 or visit our office at 245 Whitten Avenue and have one of our certified technicians set up an appointment to protect your property. Thank you for allowing us to serve you.
Had your eye on that perfect home, but just not sure you can afford it? We can help make your dreams come true with a home loan that may be cheaper than your rent. You may qualify with no money down. If your goal is to be a homeowner, Supreme Lending will lead you in the right direction. It all starts by talking to me, Tammy Barr, or my assistant, Marion Jones, at Supreme Lending, located on the Brownsville Court Square, or give us a call at 326-1062. Then we'll all be winners. Now that's something to cheer about. Go Tomcats!
Subject to credit approval, equal housing lender, NMLS number 457960.
Everybody yell, go Tomcats!
Northside just kicked to Haywood deep. I don't see a flag on the play, and how about that? Haywood didn't have much time remaining, and number 2, DeAndreas Hines, was that number 2, Greg? DeAndreas Hines captured the football deep around the 10-yard line, returned it 90 yards down the sideline and scores. And Haywood, just like that, has put 48 points on the board. Now the 2-point conversion coming up. And Hines plays safety. Great Tomcat and even a quarterback last year playing safety, return man there. And Haywood has silenced the home crowd as the Haywood High Tomcats now lead 48-14, closing 25 seconds left. PAT Sanchez kick is up and good, and the Tomcats lead just like that, 49-14. Tomcats lead by 35 points. Clock running, and that will be the last play. Clock is going to expire, folks, and this game is history. How about that? Just a little bit after 9 o'clock, and this game is over. 2-hour game because Haywood has really put on the offensive show here now. The score is 49-14 is final. Haywood County has come to the reservation at Jackson Northside and defeated the Indians 49-14. Tomcats showed well, and the game was really over at halftime. Greg, closing thoughts about the game, and then we're going to name what we talked about, Tomcat player of the game. Leon Simmons, Tomcat player of the game.
Went like we thought it would. We had more talent. We was bigger and quicker. Had a lot of penalties. We move on to play USJ next week.
I'm excited about that game and know the Tomcats better be ready to play at Kirkland Field against University School of Jackson. But our Tomcat last week was a defensive player. Tonight, well, it was an offensive show from the get-go, and what guy started it really put us in the light and on the driver's seat all night long. And the Tomcat player of the game tonight is number 31, DeCourtney Reed, the junior, only a junior, played really well as a sophomore last year. We've got him back as a senior next year. DeCourtney Reed scored the first 2 times for Haywood, and we give him no doubt about it. Could have given him the Tomcat last week, but DeCourtney Reed, we'll see him a lot more this year. But the final here in second game of the year, Haywood is 2-0. Northside falls to 0-2, and the Tomcats defeat Jackson Northside 49-14, an offensive showcase, and what a first half. Your Haywood High Tomcats. So next week, join us, 6:30 airtime. Drew Magruder and the coach will have it at 6:30. Greg and I take it at 6:40. Thanks to Ivory Ellison, all the work he does back at the station. And again, final score here, Haywood County 49-14. We'll see you next Friday night. USJ, Haywood travels to Jackson.